We're alive, are we running circles, running around? Break down, chase the light, we're all in but on the go. Running for my life. Feel the light. Running for my life. Running for my life. Running, I am running for my life. Head high, we're alone. Are we taking all in front of us? Head high, how could we know it was all along on the side? We should read between the lines and we're on the right way to go. Head high, we're not alone. Oh, we are not out of luck. Running for my life. Feel the light. Running for my life. Running for my life. Running, I am running for my life. Running wild, I'm running for my life. Just take a breath and take it deep to show the world that you can see a life that's full of wonder, but it will never be enough.
RSC enjoyers and enthusiasts, welcome back to another fantastic Friday evening, because today, you know, it's the end of the week. You want to have a bit of that stress calm off, and what better way to do it than with our matches here today. Starting off is going to be some couple of series started off by me, Puffle Bob, led along with Ollie. And Ollie, how's it going?
It's going insanely good. Thank you very much. I'm very excited for this last weekend of amazing RC gameplay in Master Division. My first time doing Master Division. It's for real. I am doing it for the first time and I'm really excited. And playing for the first time, I'm gonna be so excited for these matches and like can't wait to start.
Oh yeah, we cannot wait to start. And we have 3 series today. 2 of us will be leading for the first 2. And the first one today we're going to be watching is going to be Berserkers facing off in Illusion. Now we can check a look at the brackets for the play-ins currently. And I mean, we're having some excited matches. Of course, following Berserkers and Illusions will be Leo versus the winner of the first match. And you know what? I'm excited. I'm looking forward to seeing these 2 first teams. And Ollie, what are your opinions on what we're seeing?
I mean, there are a lot of really great results already. A best of game 5 in Superstar against Zenith. Like we're expecting some more very close games in the play-ins right here, and just see who is going to be still playing further in the weekends in the playoffs and have the chance at winning the amazing title of Master Champion. And I mean, I can't wait to see who it will be. And of course, until we get there, we need to know who will be eliminated in play-ins and who will go through to the playoffs. And that's why we're here, and that's why we're going to be playing every single match, including this one, which I'm so excited for.
So excited for indeed. Now, I mean, we're going to be taking a look at Berserkers versus Illusions here. The matchup first on board. 6th is going to be Berserkers. 38 wins and 35 losses. Going to be almost evening it out, but at a bit of a minus will be 5th. 37 wins and 41 losses for Illusions, which, of course, numbers normally do state a lot, but this time around, I mean, it all depends on how team chemistry is going to be carrying us through today's fantastic match. And you know what, Ollie, I'm interested in what are going to be the predictions we're going to be dealing with today.
Predictions, I've been waiting a long time for you to say it. I'm very excited because I'm going for a 3-1 for Berserkers. They are going to be winning this series pretty handily. It's gonna be close some matches, but I don't think Illusion has what it takes to be winning this match. Sadly.
I'm going to have to agree with you. I feel like Berserkers, I mean, look, I'm not looking only at the numbers. I'm a bit of a fan of Berserk myself, and I'm looking forward that they really prove that they are coming out strong. You know, they're going to take a bit of a hefty blow in the first match is what I'm looking forward to, but then they're going to come in swinging heavy with that 3-0. And, you know, I'm saying 3-1 as well. I'm going to say 3-1 as well for Berserkers, and I'm just interested to see how it will all go. Now, of course, we need to get into these matches as well. I do believe we have everyone ready, and any second now, we're about to get us right into this match. Players are getting ready and steady, and Ollie, are you ready to start us off?
I mean, I am so ready. We have Berserkers playing against Illusion in the first round of the play-ins. Who will be eliminated from the Master Division and who will go through to play the qualifier round for the playoffs? It will be one of these 2 teams, and a very good start already for Berserkers with a great shot, but AD is there to save it off, and now he has some chance. Maybe he can get something going, but no, Everjan is there to start it off, and some quick pressure for Berserkers and coming from Illusion.
Oh, and now we're having some air battles to coming out through, and none other than Quick to deliver the first opening goal right off the first 30-second. Milne up in the air, and the support from Quinn to show absolute diversity, because this is no one-man's team. This is a team that works between each other, and that's going to be the opening here for Berserkers, already showing a very comforting start.
Yeah, very comforting start. For the first 30 seconds, that is a great way to begin this series. And a great goal also. Really good team play and shot right into the top corner. No way for the defense of Illusion to save it. Yeah, excited for Illusion to save it. And a Wapiti, what a pinch. 80's already up. He cannot take the angle to score it in, but it was a great pinch from Wapiti. He is there to be performing in this match, and I think he will. This can be an insane match for them, and let's see if they can keep that going. Now, sure, into the ceiling. Wapiti is there for the double. Is not enough boost to get it into the goal. Now 80. He has a lot of boost. Maybe he can flick it over the Quint, but no, he won't. He'll go get a 50 and take it slow. But they have to score in the first minute or so if they want to come back in this match, because right now they are down 1-0.
1-0, it's not too large. That donut's still looking hefty and fat, but right now there's a lot of opportunities. And look at how safe it's being played by the Illusion. They're nicely swindling it around. The ball's still sticking to their side. Possession going to be theirs for claim. And right now, Addict's trying to get that flag, but Quinn simply won't be allowing it. Everjan from up top does deny it, and now it's Wapiti to 1v1 it off, but simply not winning it again. Scheuer as Milne chasing, trying to reclaim Quint from above yet again. And Everjan sticking around, having a bit of a lurk and trying to capitalize off of the mistakes that Illusion have been simply putting up. Now, the aggression from Illusion has been fascinating. They have constantly kept it on the 50-50 side, or rather on the opposite split of their goal. But when it comes down to the defense and the punishes they do, Berserkers can outlast them.
Yeah, they really can. And right now, the defense is looking really good of the possession and the offensive plays of this Illusion squad. And maybe that's the way they want to play. Maybe they want to go for some defensive play and then counter attack, and then maybe scare them when they're eventually in offense to eventually score really great goals. And I love that that way of playing. And when it actually works and when you're doing it really well, it will always work really well for your team, and you also always maybe score some goals, 1 or 2. And you have close games, but you also have to have a really good defense, because whenever you do not have a really good defense and the pressure is onto you, you won't be able to finish off your shots and have some goals against you. And that's the risky thing of this gameplay. But 80, he has a really good flick attempt, not in just yet, but Char is here. Maybe he can get something going, but not a really good touch in the corner. Now Milne, he's possession and gonna take a low 50 and get something going. But here, they are not on a really high boost meters, this Berserker's team, so they can't really do something from here. But it was in the corner, but after some really good 50s, the Shore is already on the backwards to bang it away, and now they have some sand possessions. Maybe they can do something in this attack to get the ball in their net.
The past minute has been absolute demo mayhem, and all of these players have been going in to try and go out down Dynamite Town. Shore is sticking around. Look at him, just trying to be a bit cheeky with it. Nice pass to himself, still trying to keep possession, but it's the support coming in here from Wapiti and Addicts that will be showing true fear factors as a double tap doesn't connect. The double come in needed to deny it, but out comes Scheuer. Don't let this man be your lawyer, as he's the prime victim of the first goal, going in the favor of none other than Illusion.
Wow, what a really good play. And after all their possession, after all their offensive play, this goal had to come sometimes. And a great shot from Shore. That is unsavable for this defense. And a 1-1 score in a game 1 with 1.5 minutes to go is a really good start for both of the teams. Of course, you want to win some games and get some statement going in your first game to maybe scare off your opponents, but also having a really good start, maybe in an overtime goal, will drain momentum of your opponents. Maybe get yourself some momentum. That is what you want. But here, Everjan, he has a double opportunity, but also Char. His backboard defense this game has been immaculate, and now Quint on the backboard, but no one is there to really get a shot going. Shower is just going to be a back pass to Milne, and he is possession. He's on the backboard, but don't have that enough boost to get it into the net. Now Shower bangs it away. It's going to be a bang ball, and maybe not a lot of chances for both teams. And we'll slowly roll into an overtime position, and then it will be a coin flip for one of those two teams to win game 8 and get a statement going.
30 seconds. Who's going to be overheating first? That's an open net and above Milne. Support of Quint, and the duality is going to be unfathomable as 2-1 here. 30 seconds remaining with the past track record we've been seeing between each of these two teams. We saw an early goal, then the one followed up about 3 minutes after by the side of Illusion, and Berserkers get their second, which is going to be making it a very unrelenting possibility here that Berserkers can well and more than well take it in this first series. But we're going to have to see how it goes. Again, it's going to be a long path to get yourself into that playoff. But right now, you need to worry about another thing. Illusion, they're a hard nut to crack. They've been leaving it at 0-1, but now going for a bit of pinch action. We love to see it. Wapiti off the ceiling, cannot get that touch to maybe even secure a bit of a flip reset. Quinn's going for the shot, misses it out. It's a wastage of time. Now got to keep it up in the air, but it will Everjan allow it? Absolutely no. A not, as the winners for series number 1 will be none other than Berserkers.
I was just saying that this game is probably going to roll into overtime, but when I say it, Berserkers are there to finish it off with a great goal, and in the bottom left is hard to save. And I'm gonna have to say one thing. Before this game started, I was going for a 3-1 for Berserkers because I did not really know, that's my bet, who was on the team of Evolution. And right now, I have to say, I'm not only a caster, I am owner of an orc as well, and I know the players, Wapiti and 80, are teaming together in RSS qualifiers in all other tournaments outside of RSC. So they have really good team play going on. Sure, it's not their third on RSS right now, but he is insanely good, as I've seen in this match. He takes the MVP for their team. What I'm saying, this team is gonna have insanely team plays. You're seeing in their gameplay, they're playing so easy, so 50 gameplay, and it's really working for them with possession and the team plays. When they get warmed up in the series, they maybe can get something going because they know each other so well.
Well, that shows promise. This could already be a very blast off start here to our lovely first series of the day. And although even more showing that possibly it's going to continue to be even more so fantastic, so make sure to share around, get everyone in on the stream, and enjoy the show match as we're going to be kicking it off back into round 2 of the best of 5 series.
Right now, they need to get a goal here and need to get a game win here. They need to get the first goal on the board. They need to show their opponents what they're capable of doing. And if they win this game, go into a game 5 position, then they're showing that they are able to win this game. If they lose this game and have to reverse sweep, it's going to be insanely hard for them to still come back. But here, they have possession. Wapiti, he's a mechanical player. He can do some stuff against their team. Let's go for a bomb play, and he gets the touch on his opponent. And Wapiti is here to score in the first 40 seconds of the match. Wow, what an incredible play, and no way for his opponent to save that. Incredibly play by this Illusion squad.
Now, Berserker are going to be having a taste of their own medicine, and this might just be the catalyst that Illusion we're seeking out for. Wapiti is already looking to get that double up as he's going off the air, nicely passing it down mid-side. Quint not going to be able to secure that double tap, and right now Scheuer going down in exchange to secure another possible opportunity. Wapiti's back at it again. He keeps on taking shots, and in the meanwhile, Demos along the way. He's a multitasking tool, and a pass there a bit too close for comfort does not come through, but a minute has barely passed us. And we're already seeing so much packed up action that it might as well be breaking sweat between all these players. Everjan looking for that pinch, denied by Addix, and that wavelength going to be thrown off. Milne attempting to make it the first. A double top, not going to be really topped off by Quint here. It's an effort for effort, but that's as far as we get into it.
Incredible game is what we're seeing here. Game 2 is starting off strong in the first 1.5 minutes, and it is Illusion that is showing that they are capable of getting in some incredible bumps, 2 bumps on their heft, which maybe opens up some space for them to score some goals. But it's a really great play. But no, it is not gonna be a goal because he couldn't make contact with the ball, and it's gonna be an easy save for the defense of Illusion. And now Illusion is here in the attack with Wapiti, takes his second goal. Some panic on the backboard in the defense. And Wapiti gets a simple shot in the net of his opponent's Quint, could not make contact, and that is going to be the 2-0. What an incredible game by Illusion, but also Wapiti.
Well, this second match here being a true paint-the-picture moment of Illusion, showing that that first match was only a bit of a jest. Maybe you could say a stepping stone to adaptation, and they've certainly done it, but this shot, unprecedented by Milne, he comes in very hot and heavy. Quint, of course, with the demo to put some extra pressure onto the wound, and that was a fast one. He came in right on reaction, spotted out, no one was there right next to net, and just took his chance. Might as well try to reap off of the enemy's mistakes, and currently that's going to be one behind, still not equalized, but I imagine that's going to be the next step towards Berserk's victory.
It will be, I think so, and what an... Okay, wait. Okay, we're gonna have to see in the RSC replay what happened right here, because I am really confused. Quint was going for a shot, but the one actually finishing it for sure. Buddy, I'm gonna have to tell you that is not the right goal, and that's why you tied up the game and have lost your 2 goals in 10 seconds.
It happens. We mix up our browns and purples every now and then, I guess. But in the end, what thought out to be a defense was an overall calculated attack here and worked out quite fabulously for the side of Berserkers. Now they're going to be looking into to nicely carry over that caveat for yet another second time. Maybe the beginning wasn't the best, but they're looking to make a better continuation as this mid side will be quite rough. Quint coming in for support. Nice single little tap. Doesn't look to continue it. Addix is going to be keeping it between him and Scheuer, who's up in the air, and you know this man is a danger zone on his own. Coming in for that double tap, doesn't come through. No context, but Addix still challenging it up rough from the ceiling. And now, I mean, look at the pushback the Berserk is putting up.
Yeah, incredibly. How they turned this entire game around in 2 minutes is crazy. From being 2 goals down to eventually being tied up again. But what a shot from Robertson. What a save from the defense. And a midfield pass. That's what you want to see. Char with the shot on top of Milne. And Robertson, he can go for the ball. He is first man. He cannot commit for that, but still has the balls. Patience is what wins you games. And a miss from AD will maybe take a shot for Robertson. But now Shore on the backboards. The pace is down to Wapiti, but he cannot go. Quint is there to get in to get the ball away and cut really well. But Shore into the corner. It's gonna be really awkward bounce for Wapiti. He's not scared of Evergen changing in his corner. And right now, who is up for that? It's gonna be Quint. Really fast chance. Evergen, he beats his opponent, and it's gonna be maybe a shot from Milne. Awkward position, cannot score just yet. But 100 boosts for AD. Maybe he can take some control and maybe get his own attack going. And maybe get his lead back that he missed 2 minutes ago when they tied up the game.
Another tie, having both these teams at a standstill, but Quint looking to make it a bit of a difference there. Nicely bouncing off the wall. Wapatai making sure that it's going to be not all for naught. Shire going in for that. Musty looking for a second step. Doesn't get it through. Footwork will be lacking a bit. And again, going in for these solo plays will not be contributing towards that goal play. Unless, of course, you manage to roll a natural D20. Everjan, he's looking for it. Quint not going to be successfully finding that bump on time. And it was a pass. Arita wrecked that time. And of course, Addix there for the support. Pop goes the Weasel, and Illusion are back in lead.
What an incredible game is this? They go 2 goals down. They are tied, and then this goal from AD. It's not really well defended. It's really awkward as well, and he gets the free open net. And this happens the same in last game, but then it was against them, and now they do it exactly. But then it's in their favor, and now it's going to be a mental drain for the other team. But of course, the Solution team took it really well and did this. But I'm not sure if the Berserkers team is going to do it as well. But this is really good. 10 seconds left in his last couple of plays. It's going to be really well defended. But this is an overcommit, double commit. And it could be a chance. But no, Quint is not there to shoot it. It's really awkward. And the ball is still up. The ball is still in the corner of Illusion. It still can be a goal. But Wapiti, he takes it away really well. Milne cannot get a good enough touch to get it in the net or in the midfield. It will be down. And Illusion take him too. And that is why we are tied in the series.
There it is. We can see a bit of these statistics and already figured out that, well, the shots from Illusion were absolutely outnumbering by a count of 2 in the end, and that's what that 1 goal difference, I would say, ended up being. They were quite close when it comes down to points, but in general, I mean, Illusion just ended up pulling over that edge a bit too much than Berserkers could count. So, we had ourselves another match. Now it's 1-for-1 on the series point, or rather the series score in general, and we're looking to see who's going to be able to get it to match point in this next following, which does put a lot on the line, as again, this is going to be leading into the next bracket. Otherwise, you're just done and dusted.
Oh, that is very well put, actually. It does mean a lot, and if you're not going to start winning games dominantly, it's going to be really hard to get your opponents really stuck in their defensive half, and maybe get some really good pressure going when you play so dominantly. And I have not seen it from both teams because they did it themselves in every single game. And I mean, who will win this game? It is going to be a coin flip right now, as I see it, because Berserkers had a really great game 1, and Illusion had a really great game 2, and they both played really great, but could not get it close enough into overtime or something. And right now, it doesn't matter, because we're in game 3, and their minds are set, reset, and 5 minutes on the clock. You need to perform to go into match point. Wapiti is here. Maybe he can get something going right now, but Milne on the backboard defense gets a really good double dash. Maybe he can follow this up. He will, but no boost will be really hard to hit, but he does make contact. And the players right now of Illusions are on low boost, and maybe this Berserkers team can now make a statement in game 3.
These first 2 rounds we saw in the series were merely just a connector over to a best of 3, and right now it's going to be more than a cherry on top to claim this smash. This is going to be applying also extra pressure onto the shoulder that the enemies are going to have to burden of whoever might be facing match point next. Wapiti there, and that's going to be enough to really boost yourself back to that velocity speed. And right now, sure, attempting to that shot, but he was a bit too late to the party, and the cake's already been stolen. Wapiti going for long shots. He's taking it all the way from counterfield onto the opposing side, while Shore are now having to track behind it. I mean, we can see Illusion, they're taking a lot of strays here as Everjan's going to be kidnapping that one from you. It's a robbery, but Wapiti gets it back. It's stolen valor, and Quint's looking to make it even more. From rags to riches, Berserkers earlier started off with quite aggressive plays, but we're not seeing any of those, at least not as common.
1 minute and 20 seconds played in game 3, and nothing much has happened. It's all played in the midfield right now. Not enough shots on net to maybe get a first goal on the board, and that's just what we have been seeing all series long. Is what I think when I say it. But Milne, a really unfortunate midfield pass, because Shara gets really well challenged in his half by Everjan, and in the midfield Milne is there to get it in the goal. Wapiti has no time to react on that shot, and it will be the first goal lead. 1.5 minutes played for Berserkers.
Here we go, Berserkers. It's a solid beginning, but Illusions, what do we have to show that's going to prove everyone wrong? The predictions all the way to Berserkers. You're looking for a victory here and another shot on the following, and this shot definitely won't be making a count, especially if it's a loss at that. But Addix, he comes from top, not going to be able to go to the top with it, but a second opportunity there, and Wapiti makes sure that he's going to be making up for his own mistakes in the past, making a lot more of a foreseeing future, and there's going to be the second goal. But now to equalize the count that Berserker have earlier put up.
You maybe did not see it, but this was an amazing team play from this Illusion squad. They're not taking the shots when they can't score it, and just passing the ball on the backboard, passing the ball in the midfield for the teammates who have a better shot opportunity, a better goal opportunity. And that's what I've been seeing from Illusion the whole series long, but not from Berserkers. They are going for solo plays, and whenever they maybe see a team play in the future, they're trying to go for it, but it's never as good as I'm seeing from Illusion. And team plays is really necessary, what you're going for in a series in the Master Division, but you also need really well solo plays from Milne right here. A really well touch and first touch, and on the backboard a double tap is not savable when you're doing it in this quality. What a goal, and I take the lead again. But how this team is playing, this Illusion team, they could get it back in the next 20 seconds.
They definitely could. With what we've been seeing from them, again, the potential is there, as Berserkers have been playing a bit more bilinear. Right now, it leaves a lot of team play opportunities, and sure, 1 against 2, he almost stood as a one-man army, but in the end could not prevail. And Quint looking to pass it right on top. Now, sure, of course, he made sure to bump it up right into Addix's hand, and he's looking for them Hot Wheels. Can't necessarily connect them through, but nothing short of greatness we're seeing here, as again, this ball rolling towards the net is really going to be putting some shivers into our timbers, I imagine. Illusions, but like their name indicates, it's all an illusion.
I like the wordplay from that one. It's really an illusion, and they're down right now, but they can come back. Wapiti here is really awkward with 0 boost. Milne, he gets a really good touch, but it won't be good enough. Sure, he has 100 boost. Maybe he can do something with it, but Milne, he gets away. Wapiti with a shot on the bottom right, and a really well lead from his teammates. Sawyer, he could have gone for it, but he did not. Or 80, I'm sorry, and a really well shot beside Evergen. He cannot make contact, and they're tied up again. 1 minute and 46 seconds remaining in this game, and this is looking a really well match. Like, it could go either way. Berserkers had Oh, indeed, Evergen from out of nowhere, from the kickoff. 80, he is not paying attention. He uses all his boosts to get to the ball, and eventually does not with it. And Evergen, he's there to score an open net, and he takes the lead again. 1 minute 40 seconds left. What is happening in this game?
seems like a bit of a rinse repeat. Berserk have a 1-goal lead, then they lose it and always regain it, but it never goes to a depth of Illusion taking lead themselves, or Berserk can have a 2-goal deficit. Now it's going to be keeping it stale at the same pace, and if it keeps up, Illusion, you might be cutting your ties, because this match is definitely going to be a bit more rough. 1 minute and 20, there's still more than plenty enough of time, and this is another one of those shots. Will you utilize that team play that we've seen be such a saving grace from your side? Addicts, he puts it into word, rather into actions, as that speaks louder than any sentence to be said. 3-3 again. In Illusion, your time to shine is now.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the RSC Storm, we have a series on our hands. These two teams are going either way. One of these teams is going to win, and that's of course a very logic thing to say, but it is so close. They're always coming back, and they're playing really, really great Rocket League. It's already out, but Quint is there, and he won't score on the crossbar. What an incredible team play from Berserkers, but Quint on the crossbar. Now Wapati, he's gonna take a really good 50, but 80 is not positioned too good to get it in the net. And now he's already last man Wapati, but a really well challenge from him. Take your defensive time in your half, and maybe you can get out of it, and maybe you can do some offensive on your own. But this offense is looking really good for Berserkers. Everything coming in, cannot score in the corner. It's not gonna be a scoring opportunity, you will think, but Quint is there, sure, with an incredible save. Poppy is up, cannot make contact, ball is still in the middle, but 80 is there to bang it away. 30 seconds left, and this is looking like a game that can go either way.
Non-stop pressure being applied here. And of course, Berserkers will never let go of it. For them, this is just a match of ping pong as they keep on bouncing it back. Now this time around, maybe switching it up and trying to mirror that type of performance. Illusion's Wapatai is going in for the play, and he finds it past 1. The second Addicts, can you confirm it? Yes, he can! 3-4, 1 more second remaining, and down to a kickoff goal. Berserkers are left to nothing, as they have to make a major play in order to switch the outcome of facing match point.
Wapati almost peaks with an incredible pinch on the crossbar, and 80 is there to finish it off. They take the lead, and they will finish the game 3 in a lead. Illusion with an incredible performance in game 3. They take the lead in the series, they go to match points, and all of the pressure is on Berserkers, and nobody was expecting this.
No one. Absolutely no one. As in Bestify fashion, this means that Illusion 1 more to go, and they're going to be able to take it home in a 3-1. The score we gave Berserkers, they're going to be reflecting onto themselves, or will Berserkers take this all the way to the 5th? That's what we're about to find out in this following match. And taking a look at the stats, I mean, we saw some fantastic goals, we saw some fantastic saves, but the shots, again, favored Illusion, and that's just what that got them that little tip over the edge. And Berserkers, let's switch it up a bit. That aggression, it's fantastic. How about we get the defense above as well?
Yeah, I really like what you're saying, because of course winning 4 against 3 is of course really great standing, but the games are really high score and also very, very close. One goal can make the difference and can make you lose matches, and that's the very, very risky point of this series. They're playing really close, but also scoring a lot of goals. It's gonna go to a wrong place. It's gonna go wrong at any time. But right now, we're going into game 4 with an Illusion squad in a 2-1 position in the series on match points. Berserkers with their backs
Ali?
against the wall.
I'm just gonna have to cut you off for a second. That one of the players has crashed, so we're informed why this might take an extra second to load in. And Addicts did seem to crash, and right now we're gonna have to wait for him to get back online with us. So a second for a technical timeout. Players are claiming he's driving his Honda Civic and playing Rocket in the meanwhile. Hopefully he didn't get in a crash, but in the end, I mean, let's talk about it more. Shadow, sorry to cut you off. Please continue what you were saying.
It's fine, it's fine. Yeah, it can happen. A tactical timeout, we'll call it. But I think he's already back in the lobby.
Oh yes, he is.
Okay, the talk was really, really short because we're already back with game 4, I think. Okay, yeah, every player is gonna be in the team, in the lobby, maybe, no? Yes, no? Okay, yeah, they are.
Yes.
Mate, we're gonna start. We were waiting for it. Game 4 is here, 5 minutes on the clock. Match point for Illusion. backs against the wall of Berserkers. And Wapiti, oh, he takes a really good backflip on the crossbar. Who's at the finish off? It's open. Oh, Wapiti with a really good pop. Everything is 0. He's gonna fake it for his teammate. Who is there? It's 80. And what an incredible start. What is happening on the crossbar? No one's there to follow up the shots. And a counter attack coming in from Illusion and take the lead in 11 seconds.
What a fantastic read-in on that counterattack. Again, a single missed shot ended up being the greatest demise for the opening of Berserkers, as now they're going to be facing a 0-1, something quite unrare for them, and oh, that redirect from Quint would have done it. Those are 2 missed opportunities and 2 counterattacks from the side of Illusion, as they have completely turned the tides and all of a sudden already making one of the greatest differences in goal counts we've seen yet in this series.
That was the most incredible play I've ever seen from a player. He saved his flip when he came out of his goal, and that's why he got a flip and could get it over his opponent. That from that play from Opti was the most incredible thing I've ever seen someone do in the RSC. Oh my, cannot curse on RSC. Flippity flop. Wow.
Wow. That's the best way to say it. That really is how we do it. This time around, Berserk, they were caught lacking, missing some of those empty nets, some could say, or at least open windows of opportunities. And in the end, well, that's where Illusion come in best to inject that venom and have you seeping down to the floor. Quint looking to challenge. Maybe he does for one, but it's all well calculated as 2 of the players have been waiting mid-side. Annex passing it side. That's another one from Shore going top left. But Wapatai makes sure to secure it nice and tight as the 3rd one already. Not even a minute and a half have passed, and Utley, this is looking demolishing.
What a performance in 1 minute and 12 seconds in game 4. A match point for Illusion, and Illusion is 3-0 up. Oh, 2 goals from Wapiti. He is being a match MVP on my standards. And it's 80 who takes the 3rd goal. It's gonna be a shot, but Wapiti is already up. Oh, I did not saw him. And this is going really, really bad for this Berserkers team, because they were playing so incredibly well in game 1, but they're not showing it anymore. Everything is going on the way of Illusion, while Shaw with an incredible move flick. Who's up already? It's 80. He takes all in the midfield pass. They're so fast on their follow-ups that this team of Berserkers cannot read it. They're all on really low boost, on really low points as well. They're not doing as many statistical stuff.
Not really, no. I've been loving that Illusions have been simple playing and keeping it cool. The teamwork, again, is something that has been outstanding from them, but this was just not one of those moments I can recall to be so. Milne comes in. It was a ball from heaven nicely right in front of his eyes, and as Scheuer missed it, Milne certainly did not. That's going to be the first one from Berserkers, but 2 more to follow to make up for the losses gained previously, and will they be able to patch up those wounds?
I know. It is almost the ending of the season, but sure, you need to wait on going for vacation, because he went to Ibiza on that play. He did not want to go for that ball, and he just left it. And it's gonna be an open net goal for Berserkers. They are not done yet. 2 minutes is so much time for 2 goals to score in this game up. Wapiti, he's been playing so incredibly well defensively and offensively, and he's gonna keep that going and make sure that this Berserkers team is not going to score any more goals. But they are in offense right now. I mean, this is going to be a really dangerous play, but 80 is really well in defense as well. And it's going to take the ball away, but the ball is still there actually. Evergen is going to leave the ball for his teammate. Quint is there, but gets beat insanely well by Wapiti. And now ball's already on the side of Berserkers. They need to be in offense. They need to be doing some more things. But Wapiti, he's awkward. He's not a really good touch, but he has a really good double tap that makes sure that this offensive play will not make a really good goal. And it's going to be a really good touch from Wapiti. A beat from 80. It's going to be open for a long time, but they have enough boost to get back. But now they once again have an offensive play. Wapiti, a really good shot, but a battle on the goal line will make sure that this ball also does not go in, but ball still in offensive play of Illusion. Evergen, the hero of Berserkers in the last game.
That ball was 2 times in a row, 1 foot into the grave, or rather the net. a bit too close, I'd say, but in the end, it didn't come through, and this defense looking solid. All the Berserkers, what are you going to be doing to change out the outcome of that goal count? It's still looking to be in the minus, and it's no profit, let me tell you that, as Wapatai is bringing it over one. Milne will not be falling for, and that team pinch that was attempted will not be more than just an attempt. No succession rate for it. Arctics making sure it goes to the opposite side and trying to read into it. Won't be successful. Isn't the best reader. He doesn't like books every now and then, but 1 minute to remain here, and Berserkers need to make a change.
They need to make a change because right now the future and the season, oh my god, it is Evergen who could not score it when a really good save on the goal line. What I was trying to say is the future of this Berserkers team is looking really, really dark because 1 minute and even less remaining. Another 3-1 lead for this Illusion team, but a 4-1 lead. Wapiti on the backward Evergen, not the best starts, and it is 80 who is so incredibly fast in the top left corner. 4-1, and the future of Berserkers has been looking even more dark, and I don't think there even is a future in the season. It's going to be over if they do not do something really, really fast.
After that first, Berserkers have proved to not really be able to catch up to the velocity that's been being packed by the side of Illusion, as now they're ready to put in that drift, take it into second gear, or rather even fourth. Will it be the fifth goal? Looking towards it. It could have been a fake, maybe a miscalculation. Wapatai playing the safe as 15 seconds could turn into chaos and madness. It could, as Quint gets a second for his team. No hat trick for the side of Berserkers, but it's going to be needed if they want to win this match.
I mean, it is a really good goal, and it is on the last 50 seconds, and they still have chances, but 2 goals 50 seconds is looking really, really tough to do. But they're gonna have to do something on the kickoff. They're going for a fake, but they read it really, really well. They have possession. Milne or Quint, he's up. He needs to do something heroic, but Shower is already up. 5 seconds left, and the season of this Berserkers team will be over, and Illusion, against all odds, will go through to the qualifying match in the I lost the word. Play-ins. Thank you very much. For the play-ins that can go to the playoffs if they win one more series.
And there it is. That's going to be our first series of today. Now, facing Leo will be none other than Illusions, who ended up going 3-1 against Berserkers, 2-4 in the last match, and an extremely dominant beginning throughout most of the final 3. That proved to be very dominant. 3 goals above Berserkers, and that 1 goal change ended up being the greatest demise, or rather the big bad wolf knocking at Berserkers' door. And in the end, demo saves, all of them were above him. Besides saves, saves ended up being quite major here for Berserkers, but in the end, series MVP for this one will be Wapatai, which, of course, outstanding performance from him, without a doubt.
Without a doubt, he is the player that showed me why this division is so incredibly good, because he put up numbers. 6 goals, so many saves. He was everywhere on the pitch. He was incredibly good. He was offensively doing so much with 16 shots. That is incredible for 4 games played. And wow, just the shot percentage was there. He was almost scoring everything. He was saving everything. He was making sure that this team was was really controlled. And you saw it when you were watching the gameplay. Their controlled gameplay made sure that their opponents could not do anything. They did not know how to play them, and it worked out for them at the end. And they take the series win when both of us predicted Berserkers to win in the same score that is right now, not for Berserkers, but for Illusion.
Absolutely. But that will be only one series of today, as 2 more are to follow. The following one will also be covered by me, myself, and I, and Ali. So keep an eye out for it, as it will be Leo against Illusion. Another fantastic 2 teams to watch face off. But before we get to it, get yourself something to drink, a bit of a snack. We're going to be going to a short break and be back with you the second we can.
Warning, get ready to evacuate.
making me stronger. Stay a bit longer. You're making me stronger, making me stronger. You're stronger. keep coming back for more? Why do you keep coming back for more? For more. Why do you keep coming back for more? Why do you keep coming back for more? Why do you keep coming back for Why do you keep coming back for more? Why do you keep coming back for more? Why do you keep coming back for more?
Waiting for your storm to settle as I look toward the sea. Dust in your eyes like the water as the tide it consumes me. You would never save me if my walls came down. Head is underwater, you would let me drown. Watching as I suffocate. Darling, pull the trigger, honey, steal my crown. Choke me till I black out, put your hands around. Cut out my heart, I'm guilty. She said, worship me. I control the air you breathe. Worship me. My forgiveness set you free. Worship me. I control the air you breathe. Worship me. My forgiveness sets you free. Throwing up your hands in worship. Cast your sins away to Him. Go a garden safe from murder. Fill the forest with your kin. You would never save me if my walls came down. Head is underwater, you would let me drown. Watching as I suffocate. Darling, pull the trigger, honey, steal my crown. Choke me till I black out, put your hands around. Cut out my heart, I'm guilty. She said, worship me. I control the air you breathe. Worship me. My forgiveness sets you free. Worship me. I control the air you breathe. Worship me. My forgiveness sets you free. We met in school for the first time. Crossed your grace in loving light. Fire and flame for a long time. With that spark, you ignite my heart. You ignite my heart. You ignite my heart. You ignite my heart. The years fly by, but we can't stop to fool around and get worked up. I want you to forever stay. I mean, it's safe to say you ignite my heart. 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 You ignite my heart.
Bouncing a hour, do some archbishop. Been a school them from when me in a khaki shot. Liverpool couldn't test the way me raw sit up. Quick draw, him drop and can't get up. Him not fast enough for my problem that you never solve. Send for the Dan brace for a firestorm, cause I turn into a monster. Ready for the war, better wave a flag. None of them boy, they no bad. None of them boy, they no bad. None of them boy, they no bad. Bad man, say, I do some archbishop. Them no bad. School them from me in a Turkish. Them no bad. School couldn't test the way me raw.
feeling it still as we head into the second series of today, the second of the third, or second of the three that we have, and well, we just watched Berserkers win against Illusion, or rather, just the opposite way around, wasn't it? Illusions won against Berserkers in 3-1 fashion, and they're looking to have a second roundabout. It's still me, Puffabop, it's still Ollie, and Ollie, what are we thinking?
What are we thinking? I'm thinking actually nothing right now because that series has
Oh.
changed my whole mindset for the entire day. I did not expect a single thing that happens in that series. We both thought it was gonna go 3-1 for Berserkers, but they did not eventually did the score. They actually lost 3-1 against Illusion, and this team has showed me some incredible stuff, and I am so excited to see them play again. I want this game to start right now, right now.
Yeah, and we're going to be watching Leo versus Illusions, if anyone was wondering, which is going to be a fantastic matchup, and of course, that will be allowing them to advance through the lower bracket. And in the meanwhile, let's take a look at the team stats here. 4th against 5th, 38 wins, 35 losses for the side of Leo, 37 and 41 for Illusions. And, well, goals are going to be a lot more dominant than Illusions, at least seeing how they did performing in the previous match. I have my high hopes for them.
I also have high hopes for them, but of course this is a new opponent. This is not Berserkers. This is Leo, and this is the Pafera Esports, and it is a whole new level for this Illusions squad to win against. And I think they have it in them. I think they can show what they also showed in the previous match, but it's gonna be maybe even harder than the previous match. So it is gonna be a challenge, both teams, but I don't think there is gonna be a chance maybe for Pantera to win it.
We're going to have to see, and what are the predictions? What are we thinking going into this one, Lolly?
Some people are gonna hate me, some people are gonna love me. I'm going 3-0 for Illusion. It's gonna be sweet.
That's a lot. 3-0 is quite brutal. I mean, all the Leo fans out there will definitely not be confident about it, and they're not going to be too enjoying, whatever the word may be. They're not going to enjoy my scoreline either, as I'm going to be going 3-1 for the side of Illusions. You know, I think that they really outshunned themselves in the previous match, and that only served as a warm-up, but now we're going to be shortly going into this map in just any moment, as of course, starting it off. Let's have it. The first one of the best of 5 series yet again. We saw one series before. We're going to get to see a second one and a third to follow, so stay tuned. And players are getting in. They're getting ready and steady as we head to the first match between Leo and Illusion.
Win the series and you go to the playoffs. And if you lose the series, you are eliminated from the tournament and your season is over. It is all on the line for these two teams. And I am so excited to see who will get on top. Rapid trying to get already in the beginning, trying to get at mid. Property is there. He has shown incredibly stuff in the first series of the day. He was the team MVP and he could do it again. But this is a very new team. Ball on the post and Wapiti he's missing, but here's Sawyer and he can get a ball away in his corner and a double ball is away and it's a really good demo. And there's Wapiti. He is faster. It's gonna be in, but oh my god, Dimmy with an incredible pinch on the crossbar. It's still not in, and this ball is pinching both sides of the play. AD with a double attempt, and wow, this game is starting off hot with two incredibly big jumps for Wapiti and for AD. Ball on the post again. Wapiti, or well, AD is missing the ball, shot on net, and here's AD again to save it. No one's scoring just yet, but like 3 or 4 shots already going into the net, and really well saved by the defensive plays of these two teams.
What plays we've been seeing. Almost a shot directed over towards the boom, and in the end, almost the first goal to be delivered. Not much more than it, though, as 80 now going in, trying to redirect it, but it's going to be into the hands of none other than Leo, as they've been really messing up the playstyle here for Illusion, finding them to be a bit uncomfortable at certain times. Now, still going to be their possession to keep, still trying to drag it on and go through this air dribble successfully for the half field, but that's about as far as you're going to be getting when facing Illusion, who keep on having these shots come right back at you.
Exactly, and these two teams, they need to make a statement in game 1. That's what I think. If the team that is just gonna win game 1 will probably win the series. You know why? Because everything's on the line in this series. If you win, you go through the playoffs. If you lose, you're out. And the mental stuff is going to play a really big part in this series. When you lose game 1, is going to be such a mental drain. You're going to think that it's not going to work. Serve, not a really good touch. And Wapiti, the only thing he needs to do is just tap it in. And that is not a really good start for Leo. Serve, you do not want to touch it that way.
Advantage pass down. Half match, or the first half of this round already to be through. 19 more seconds till it's confirmed. And right now, looking for a bit of kickoff action. Shore's going to be feeling a bit of that pressure, a pint of it to say the least, and a bit more shots to be given. Wapiti is going to be coming around to try and secure himself another point, or maybe a second, looking for a hat trick later on, but this is going to be dangerously close. That demo for serve could have served another, and DMY looking for the bump, doesn't connect it. Will be allowing here Illusion to come back with another possible as DMY now needs to find it as fast as possible, otherwise it could be in the lost and found section.
What a start. So many demos, so many shots coming in from both teams, but this Illusion team is the team that has been getting the more shots and the more demo plays. Oh my god, this is going to be a shot on net, but not on the post. Oh, what an incredible shot, but it's not going to be it just yet. 80 with an incredible save, but no, it won't be enough. The follow-up from DMI is gonna be the dagger, and what an incredible fast play, and 80 with a defensive heroic play here, but he cannot save the shot from DMI. And 1 against 1 with 2 minutes left is a really nice score when you were actually a goal down.
Fantastic way to get it back in line, but right now coming in for another attempt. DMY is having absolutely no mercy to give over to Illusion. 1 for 1 they fall between, and DMY is going to be losing his, but in the meanwhile that's another shot not going to be nicely redirected and a bit too high in the sky. Going to be flying like a kite, but Scheuer still behind to stab you and have you lose that. Another second chance. Right now Eddie's still playing against it, but Serve simply passing it through that 50-50 to be 1 and a 2-1 against the side of Illusion as they're facing defeat in this 1 minute and 30 to remain.
I did not expect that. They were 1 goal down and they turned the whole game around. 2-1 with 1.5 minutes left is not looking very bright for this Illusion squad. They need to do something really quick, but 80, he has the boost for it. Can he beat Surf? No, he can't. And 80, Wapiti is really awkward on the back post, but what an incredible touch from him. 80 is just gonna take his time and maybe take some 50s against DMY. And now Shar, his position. Not a really good first shot, but it's gonna be a pass over to 80. Cannot shoot the internet because Surf is there to score a goal after he cuts an incredible play. And he goes all for it himself, and he gets the ball internet, pinches it with the crossbar. Wapiti cannot get there to get the goal, and a 3-1 lead for this Leo squad after being a goal down is a really great start for game 1.
Let's see it, Scheuer. Can you put a performance like you did earlier? That's a long shot, and by a long mile, he almost didn't miss it. That top post is going to be the greatest enemy for him, but returned by Serve as he serves to punish. 4-1 already, and barely a couple of moments after their third, they get yet another to put the egg in the basket, the 4th one to be exact.
And that will be the dagger for game 1. 4-1 and 1 minute left. I mean, it is possible, but not in the most nice situation. It's going to be really hard to get back from this one. What do you need to do when you are losing game 1 so dominantly, when you actually were playing really well? I mean, defense was good from both teams in the beginning of the match, but Illusion just did not at the best place when you're in defense. When they're on offense and have pressure, they're an insane team, don't get me wrong, but on defense there are some mistakes being made which causes their team to actually get 4 goals against them. And when you have a really good goal yourself, it's not going to be enough to win games when you're 4 goals ahead or down.
Absolutely. Leo here, 15 seconds remaining, and they can keep this advantage as much as they want, possibly give off a mercy goal to the side of Illusion. But no, it's the one tradition we can keep for this second series, that Illusion, like we said at this first match, always is a bit of a jest, a bit of a fluke you could call it, and in the end they always bring it back stronger in the second match. Berserker, they had a pretty good first, but that's when it all really switched. Illusion, this was maybe just a match to maybe get recognized, or rather recognize the way that Leo play, is now more curious to how the second one of the series is going to be playing out.
Exactly, really well put. We saw in the previous series what happened, and this is the situation that Illusion maybe wants. They want to maybe get a little bit in the background, and then maybe demolish their opponents in the next games coming up. And that's a really good tactic. But if it goes wrong, maybe you're gonna be down in the series even more, and sorry, reverse sweep, or maybe do some things more, and it's gonna be hard. But they are able to do it, and the game one loss not gonna help at all. But I mean, they still have the individual skills and team plays in them to get back in the series, and I really, really believe it. And I'm really excited to see if they can do it in game two, which we saw in the previous series. But they're gonna have to do it either way.
In this match, Serve was kind of the major carry for Team Leo, as he gave around 5 shots and 3 goals, which ended up being the 3-goal difference from between both of these teams. And let's see if he can repeat that action yet again, or we're going to be having Lightning strike twice and Illusion completely turn the tables. Gonna have to wait in time to let us tell it. DMY gonna be kicking it off, but no, Addix comes in, and he left the ball uncontested. Addix comes in, swoops it, and gets himself an opening shot, which does work out in the favor of Illusions.
DMI starts it off, 80 cuts, and 80 scores the first goal in a record time of 3 seconds. That is the way that you want to start your game 2, if you're an Illusion fan and an Illusion player. 80. He has boost, he has possession, what can he do with the ball? DMI, he is so fast with challenging, and that he is not giving their opponents so much time. Serve with a critical pass, but no, the extra touch was not needed. And now Shara has a play coming up, enough boost, and a bump play from 80 won't be enough. Wapati, he gets bumped by his own teammates, cannot take the shot, and now he is last man, but he got a touch either way. That was really close for him. He could have scored an own goal, but he got the ball to the corner instead. Now Rapid on net, but not going to be hard enough. Shar with a really good 50. This could be in a safe space, but DMI is already up. But over to 80, ball is away. Wapati banks it in the half of this Leo squad. And a really fast challenge of 80 is a double commit from the team of Leo. But it's not going to be a goal just yet. But pressure is building up for Leos.
Count your days as DMY is back online and he's looking for his prime time. The first goal to be given here by Leo. It took him about a minute after that kickoff was delivered. An unsolid minute, and well, they got it back in line. Now that's going to be relieving some of that pressure. Got to be having both these teams on equal standard. But how will this next goal change it? And will Illusion be able to have themselves another kickoff expertise, or rather just an absolute journey with it? You'd have to see. The bump not coming around. The mid spawn from Wapatai definitely going to be serving them quite nicely, but not in the long term. A Serve has it back in his own.
Exactly. Now 80. He has boost, he has a flip in his car to use, but it won't be good enough. Rapid with really good cuts. Pass in the middle, Wapti with a really good first touch. Service already up to save it. DMI, he has all the boost and banks it away. Shower is up, will leave it for 80. 80 does not make contact, but Shower, he pays really good attention and gets the ball away. Now Rapid with 0 boost, Wapti will cut. And he has enough boost to get maybe another touch with a really good 50. Ball gonna be really awkward for DMI. 80 with the shot and 80 with the goal. And he takes the lead back for Illusion. And 3 minutes and 17 seconds. It's a really good play. Really strong car from Wapti. And DMI cannot make contact. And they take the lead back. And that is really well done by Illusion.
Solid foundation here as Illusion have gotten it back in and running. Gotten into the groove for one. Can they do a second and try and deliver what was delivered to them earlier? But free shipping this time around. DMY make sure to put in extra efforts, but Serve can't do as well. And now it's all going to be back to this back line that the defensive line has to play, but not much longer as it's down to 80, who can't catch up in time. And yet again, we see that it's going to be caught up to the score that was reigned over by the side of Illusion.
And it is just really, really well played. It looks like an open net, but the speed on the car of the one that actually scored the goal was insane. It was so fast that the defenders did not think it would be possible for them to be beat by their opponents. But it did happen. And now they're tied up again. This game is going all ways possible. It's a coin flip match. DMI with really good first touch, but it won't be good enough for the second touch. Shower with first shot opportunity, but Rapid is really fast up. And now Wapati, he still has possession. Maybe he can press a mid, maybe make a play, but it won't be just yet. This is really awkward. Wapati, okay, he's already back. We're safe for now. Ball is away, and maybe now we can do something. Sorry, he needs to take a really good 50, and it takes it, and he's gonna go again. for middle pass over the Wapiti. He is standing there and he is faster than his opponent. He is faster for the team of Illusion, and he takes the lead back again, and maybe they'll keep it right now for longer than a minute.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so. They get to keep it a bit longer because we've been seeing a lot of this goal on action in the first half. Now let's see if we can maybe settle it down and have it return to how Berserkers versus Illusion ended up being at the very beginning, at the very start of the trial. But DMY is looking to change it around. It's top right, does not connect. Sure, what a defensive line. He's holding up no one to get through that line of defense. Barricade still strong. Cracking the armor, not found, but Illusion have started catching on to the playstyle that Leo are looking to make an effort for. Now, DMI, he's looking. He does not have more than 12. Looks to bait it out, but Chora falls for no tricks. And 80 looking for the follow-up that Wapiti will be giving off in any second, as long as Rapid doesn't have a say about it.
He is playing mind games with his opponent. Char with his other team. Rapid, what a heroic save that was. Oh my goodness, what an incredible save. 80. He forgets to take the ball with him. And now the ball is into DMI shot place. And now it is really well saved and really well shot from Wapiti to go into the net, but really well saved from the defense of Leo. 80. He is a really good bang. Low boost for Rapid. We'll just bang it away onto the ceiling. Surface up. Surface really good shot. What an incredible read from him. No way to save it in the top corner. Rapid over to Surf, and Surf, he's looking in the eyes of 80 and he is saying, no, not today, you're not saving this one, I'm scoring this, and he did with an incredible shot, and we're 3 against 3 again. We're tied up again.
We are tied up yet again. We haven't heard this yet, have we, lads and gents? But 80, will you make it go into the favor of Illusion again, or will we finally see a change of pace? DMY's looking to make it the best while he still can, but time is going to be running out. 1 minute remaining. It's announced, it's broadcasted, and everyone's ready to put their utmost effort to make sure that it's within regulation, that they can still grasp this victory. Efforts by 80 going to be going all for none, and right now the shot might as well stick to it, but the goal's still not coming around, or is it? Scheuer, top left, delivers ready and steady. The fourth again, and golly, this is going to be the largest question. Can Illusion keep it this way?
This is the example of an incredible team play. Scheuer, he gets an incredible pass from Wapiti, and he scores it in the top left corner. 40 seconds left. We have seen it before. They can always come back. DMI, Scheuer with almost a really good own goal from himself. And the ball is still on our side. This is a really bad positioning from them, because they have seen so many times that they've coming back. And 28 seconds to keep the lead. It is possible, I know, but you never know with this Illusion squad, because the ball is still on their side. DMI with boost. You don't want to see that passive ability Rapid cannot make contact good enough. Wapiti is waiting for the boost. That makes him lose this beat. And a shot on net from Surf. And Char, he is the hero again on defense for Illusion. 8 seconds left. You just need to keep the ball with you, take control, and then get the ball down as fast as possible. 2 seconds left. Right now, we're in 0 seconds. You need to drop the ball down, and 80 is doing exactly that. Illusion take game 2 in, you could say, fashion, but it was incredibly close.
I mean, in the end, we're going to be showcasing the true nature of Illusion. They lose the first, but they come back stronger in the second, and they're looking to repeat it back and back. Scheuer ended up being a huge player this time around. Although he didn't have the majority of the goals, 5 saves and 4 shots from him was definitely more than enough to secure Illusion's gatekeep over this lead and dethroning possible from Leo. And in the end, I mean, we had 1 shot from each on Leo. They managed to rightly gather up that hat trick between each of these players, but Adix's second shot ended up being the downfall to them, and that's going to be the second one of the series, the second match given to Illusion, also making it again a best of 3. So we're going into a very similar pattern that we saw in the first one today.
Yeah, and we're looking, of course, at the offensive play that Sora did. That's why, of course, he got a team MVP in this game. But look at his saves. 5 saves. He was a defensive masterclass. He was primed to stay in right there. But there's then in Rocket League, and that is, of course, what you need when you have such a good offensive team in Leo, with great individual players who can get shots in your net, in the top corner, whenever you want. But he just saved everything. And I'm gonna have to ask you, why are we in the starter? Because I do not have my chat on.
Well, right now, we're just gonna wait another second. Rapids is having a bit of an issue to get himself or his controller getting in. So we're gonna wait for them to boot up their controller, get those tank difficulties out of the way. It's a small timeout, but I do believe we're ready. There it is. DMY gonna give us the go-to, and right now we're back in. It's a really short timeout we get to have here, so no need to grab yourself anything or go away from your screens, as action is back on desk.
Action is back indeed, and who will make the first?
What? Not again.
I wanted to say who's gonna make the first goal of the series, but we already have the answer. It is Jar with an incredible shot. Don't really have to save. Crossbar down, and in the first game of the series we had a 3-second goal, and right now we have a 6-second goal. The early leads are incredible in this series, and that is a backstabber for this Leo squad. But right now Rapid, he already had a shot, but Wapiti is so fast on there, he makes sure that he couldn't score it. And 80, a really good double tap in a corner, won't be good enough for a goal, but Wapiti will make a really good shot. But Surf is the hero on defense once again. Ball in the middle, Wapiti is there, an incredible pleasant play from it was Jar actually who takes the ball into the backboard over to Wapiti, and he gets an open net to score. An incredible play, and 2 goals lead in game 3 is really comfortable.
I just can't express how Illusion always managed to trick us. They have us pulled. They give us a bit of an edge into the first one. They're like, you know what? We're going to have them. We're going to give off an easy round to these opponents. We're going to go easy in on them. But this second and third is looking absolutely brutal. Sure has already outdone himself. Wapiti as well, or Wapiti, my mistakes. And in the end, they just do not allow any intro from Leo here as they keep on persisting, but it's going to go all down to the ground.
And right now we saw the players of Illusion actually pre-jumping, but it backfires immediately because that's not always gonna work, and they know it. They know that they're being played with. Zara cannot make contact. Rapid will just score the open nets really easily. They're 2-1 back again in this game, and 4 minutes just means that they're 1 goal down, and everything is possible in this game. They do not want to face a match points against this Illusion squad who is on fire. Today in the middle serve is an open net, but Char, he is incredible in defense this entire series. We saw 5 saves and now 2 saves in a single attacking play of their opponents. Well, when you saw 5 saves last game, this player has been looking like a prime goalkeeper from football, but not right now. It is in Rocket League, and he is performing. Wapiti, he takes control, and he needs to be the guy in offense that makes the heroics. 80 already up. He's gonna try and get a double, or maybe fake it. It's gonna be a double into the backboard, but a really good touch from DMI. But now he gets demolished. And that's why Wapiti has some time to make a really good play. 50 with Rapid, ball in the middle, Surf won't be there. Actually, will be here now. And flicks over. 80. A DMI is up on the backboard. Rapid has a shot on the backboard, and Shower, he won't be back this time. A really well shot from Rapid, and a really fast play, a really good team play from Leo, which we haven't seen all series long. So this is a really good sign. And 2 against 2 means everything's back again in this game 3.
Well, Choi even calling out himself that this was his second own goal. And in the meanwhile, can we talk about right now Leo going in for that wave surf? They absolutely went from 0 to 100 just like we saw Illusion do the same. Now, we will be having a disconnect of a player. I'm not sure if they want to take a timeout for this, but Leo are going to be taking this advantage. Rapid's not moving. I don't know if it's a badge of honor, but yeah, I think they're going to be going for a 2v2 here. Let's give a round of applause here for Leo, who are just making it as fair as possible, so there's going to be no complaints, and at the same time, it's respect between these 2 teams, but it's not looking the best when you allow Wapiti to go in for it and get himself that 3.
Was this meant? Because if they have such nice opponents and go for the goal themselves, that is a criminal play. You cannot do that. That is a smooth criminal right there. Michael Jackson coming in, and yes, coming in the chat. They mean business because they're just going for the 2 against 3, I guess. They're scoring the goal that they need to score, even though their opponents are being so nice to them. I don't know why, but I mean, I like to see it.
To see it, you know, Leo, they're fantastic. bunch of lads here. Wapiti is looking to make plays. Sure is right behind him. That demo didn't even need to jump for the 50-50 was counted as a shot, but I wouldn't count it so, as Shore now needs to chase that ball. Shadow behind it. It does work, but he's bumped in the process, catching most strays, but that defense still going to be elite, as Shore is known for it. DMY trying to pass it back, not going to be the best, and Geometry not working out in the favor, and Serve going for this 1v1. He gets the flip reset over Wapiti, and even an attempt here from the second. DMY just can't connect. You know, so many plays so close, but in the end you have to gratify it nicely and roll it into that stone, as right now here comes the counter attack, and Shore just can't make it through.
And for everyone sitting here in the chat, you guys are of course amazing, but if you do not understand what's happening in this match, we are playing at 2 against 2. The opponents are being so nice that they're playing at 2 against 2, but right now the player 80 is back, so we're back to 3 against 3, the old school that we're playing the whole season long, and right now we can see who will win game 3 for sure. And when he comes back, they are up a goal because they were playing Div 2, and I think the Div 2 rank in ranked modus in this game is really good from Robert and from Shore because they played a really well match. 3-2 is right now the score. 1 minute left. If Illusion wins this, they go to match point, but it won't happen just yet because 2 demos on the side of Illusion will be the point that will be the dagger. A really good demo, a really good bump, and 3 against 3 is what they were when they stopped playing a 3 against 3 without their back. And we see that this team is really good in 3 against 3. That's their mode. And we can see who will win this game. It could go to overtime. It could go to one team if they score a late winner. Wapiti, maybe he can do it with a really good shot. But Rapid, what an incredible save. He pre-jumped that. And it could go either way.
Well, Leo, let's hope that Chivalry doesn't ping off, because currently that one goal that you could have been leading ends up going into the minus, and DMY improves from rags to riches in the minus, now up above and beyond. 4-3, they're already one above, and Illusion gonna be facing a difficult task now, as 24 seconds to deliver one goal is not impossible, but with how we've been seeing Leo play up until now, it's gonna be down to chances, and I'd say those are quite slim.
Quite slim. It is still Illusion, and that is maybe the reason that this game is probably gonna get that up once again.
Yeah.
Just you can say it. You somewhere in your mind, you're thinking that they're gonna come back.
100%. I mean, it's
Yeah.
Illusion.
Okay. So obviously he's gonna do it right now. Okay. Now service really fast. Okay. Now it's here 80 into the midfield. Shower. He gets a shot. Oh my god. It was almost already there. Rapid with a really well saved. DMI. He's gonna get it all the way back, and ball is still up. Maybe some 0 second heroics, but Surf. Oh my goodness, Surf!
Oh
I have
my.
been talking about this Illusion team for a long time, and Surf was not okay with that. He peeked in front of our viewers. What is that? You cannot do that to people, man.
The judge, jury, and executioner served with 7 shots on goal, and even a bicycle goal. I mean, in the end, he got himself 2 goals, 1 assist, 1 save. But those shots kept on coming in, and there was no stoppage for serve. As like we said, he served the planner, he served the heads of Illusion on it, and that was a silver bullet for him, as now they're going to be having to face off match point for the first time. Illusion in a bit of a down point time, currently looking at their worst, even when served with Chivalry and Leo, respecting the 2v2. They just could not prevail, and now they need to take the next one and the one after if they want to find this match.
Can I confirm that you're saying that we have a timeout?
Yes, so we are going to be having Illusion use timeout right now, so they're going to be going a bit on a chill pill. Illusion, it's a good time to use it for sure, especially when against match point, to nicely reset the tempo and hopefully bring it back next.
Definitely, and I think it's the best moment that they could have done is the timeout. Normally, we don't see teams do it a lot because they just want to get it over with because it's the best of 5. But I think it is really important to use these because you can just sit calmly, just talk about what happened in the previous matches, why are we losing, and I think that right now there isn't a really big part playing why this team is losing because they're playing incredibly well, and if they still need to win. This match, if they still want to win this match, they need to go to game 5. And I think in this moment, just stay calm. Just talk about it and just talk about some other stuff in Rocket League and just get in the mindset. Because if you're winning this game, you're playing a game 5 for your qualifying match for the playoffs. It's something big. I mean, Master Division, RSC15, you need to perform, and you need to stay calm, because when you're not staying calm, you're going to be panicking, you're never going to be winning against these high-level teams. So, stay calm, wait until this timeout is over, and then play your best Rocket League that you've played it the entire day. And I think it's possible. I think 2 wins in a row is possible for this team, and I mean, we're going to have to see what they're going to do after this timeout.
Yeah. Let's hope they're going to be using this time to talk through it nicely. They still have a minute remaining, which again means that Illusion, they have a lot down to the wire here. They either lose it and they're dropped without having the possibilities to continue out of this the lower bracket, or of course they can take it to the big 5, the 5 out of 5, what the best of 5 is intended to be for a good rivalry between these two, which it clearly has been showing. While the first match definitely wasn't the best of interest for Illusion's victory, the second one and this third ended up being quite close. Some issues in the middle, that 2v2 also ended up changing the pace of this 3v3 constant, but in the end, we get it back, we're ready to spice things up, and again, I'm imagining this is just going to be extra fuel for the fire here for Illusion, just to nicely get them over the edge and secure themselves that 4th, but of course, 15 seconds here remain, and Ollie, I mean, I'm hoping this is going to work out in their favor.
Yeah, I really hope so. Like, I love these boys. I really hope that they're gonna do everything they can. But also, when we're talking about this team, maybe doing an heroic job and get back into the series, we're also gonna need to talk about this Leo team, because they have played amazing Rocket League. EMI, a mechanical god, and Rapids, an incredible playmaker. He has been everywhere. And here, the first pass coming in from him. EMI is gonna shoot it in the corner, but no, it's gonna be on the post. And now, it's a really good beginning from this for this Leo squad, but it won't be a goal just yet. An incredible shot coming in from 80 on the crossbar as well, and a really fast begin like we saw every beginning of every game. Ball in the middle, Shara is there, not gonna be on net, but still the ball is on their sides, and they're gonna have to take some possession here. Gonna get the offensive play coming in slowly, and eventually take a shot when you know you can score it with an incredible Rapids. What a redirect, but Wapati is there in the net to still save it, even though it was so incredibly awkward. Now 80, 100 boosts, no one's still off. Yep, and he has every chance to score this ball. Double tap opportunity won't be in. And Shower on the back, Wapati is not fast enough, and now a counter attack. Can they score this one? No, it won't be. An incredible fast play from both teams in this beginning minute of the game. And I mean, this game is also going either way, in my opinion.
It could be. It could be. This very first starting minute is going to be determining a lot. And as of current, we're still sitting ducks waiting for well, these donuts to possibly turn into fries. Give us a bit of a 1 on each side, or just for 1. And right now, Serve is looking to make it happen, but sadly doesn't. Has now took it into the present. Addy is going to be going in for those nasty plays. Demos are incorporated. Might as well use them to have yourself reaping off of those benefits. Rapid makes it clear and sound. Sure, he won't be getting away with his life intact for much longer, but now sticking mid. It might have been going into that minus, nicely lined up mid-side, but passes back to the side of Leo as they have to double commit to this goal line to even prevent the first two from appearing.
5 shots coming in on the side of Illusion, and the first goal was scored in 2 minutes time. An incredible beginning of this team in 2 games that they need to win. Shower, after the pass of 80 into the midfield, they take the lead. 3 minutes left, a great start, and now keep the lead. We cannot go to a high score game, because then every goal will be the dagger, just like we saw a previous game where they came behind in the series. With 80 right here has an open net, and he will gently place it in the net. The 2-goal lead is really comfortable, I know, but we saw a 2-goal lead go back to 2 against 2 tight game in previous matches in this series. So don't panic yet. Keep playing, don't be scared to challenge, and just go play some Rocket League. It's the most important thing of what we're doing right here. Of course, we're playing Rocket League. Keep doing that. Don't just be sitting in your net and waiting for your opponents to come, because it will never work. Serve, 100 boost, above Shower, and a really good touch, and a really good bump on Wapati. It's gonna be a really dangerous play on the goal line of Illusion, but will be pinched all the way to the moon, out in outer space, and not gonna be in just yet. But ball is still on their side of Illusion.
And there it comes, the shot from Scheuer. A lot to be expected, and they keep them coming. Here comes Illusion now. Earlier, it took us a bit of a larger time set, And this time around, we're going to be having it all be chained to unfortunate links of events, as Wapiti will be making sure that third is for them to claim, nicely passing it down, nicely calculating it through, and just slipping that third in, as now all of a sudden, we're going to be seeing the true crumble of Leo as Illusion are setting down stones.
So, okay, we had 1 goal from 80, 1 goal from Wapiti, 1 goal from Shar. Okay, so every player on this Illusion team wants to win. Let's just be clear about that. They are all scoring. They're all really motivated to keep winning the series, to keep playing in this amazing tournament. 80, a waterfall attempt, and it will not be a goal because you just needed 10 more boosts, and it will be an amazing play. And all the players in here are of course mechanical gods, but some players are sticking above a DMI, a Wapiti, and 80 also is just playing really good mechanically, and that's why I love watching this incredible division, because everyone is so mechanically good, and it makes it so fun to watch. Now DMI with a boost, you don't want to see it when you're an Illusion fan. Leaves it over the surf, and now he's going for hunting for bombs, and he will get one. And the ball is in the midfield. DMI is gonna score it himself, and 1 minute and 32 seconds left. 1 goal is all you need to make your opponent scared, and then make a 0-second goal. 0-second heroics, and then tie the game. It's what we saw the entire series long, and I think it's gonna happen again.
We're gonna have to see it, but a 1-to-3 ratio here upsets the flawless score that we were seeing here from the side of Illusion, and now this time around, let's see if we can keep it up from 1 to 2 to 3. Can we count to those numbers? We're gonna have to see. Rapid's gone from ceiling. It was a solo play to be attempted, but this is a team game, and there's a reason there's 3 on deck from each, and looking to put him down onto the table. 80 removes one, and now DMI is gonna be trying to seek it out. A beautiful flick for the top post there to deny it. The greatest defender of them all, and Wapiti looking to pass it on to Shoyer. It was a nice back pass. Doesn't come through full, but the serve is, of course, always back online to ready serve and defend. Rapid's making his best efforts. It's passed down between pinch, and right now Shoyer looking to follow up with it. Here he goes in the corner, a bit stuck and fuzzled, not able to get that full rotate, but Addy always there for support, and in the end, 2 goals, 40 seconds. Can we do it?
Can we do it? That is the question that everyone is asking themselves. But 30 seconds is really, really tough. Oh my goodness, Shaw! Oh my, what is that for a play? Surf with a sidewall read that comes out of nowhere on the backboard. And who is there to finish it off? It is DMI in the top corner. Great passes coming in from the players of Illusion even. That is incredible. Respect for that player. He did an amazing job for that, and that makes this game still winnable for this side. DMI 1 against 1. Wapiti will save it. An incredible save after no boost flick from DMI. That was his chance. The ball is still on the corner inside of this Illusion squad. 30 seconds left. That is another unfortunate number, but it's still gonna be able to go into the net. Rapid. He has boost. He's possession. Surf. Waiting in the midfield. He's going to the pass at middle, but he didn't make it happen. Sorry for really good cuts. Once again, ball is gonna be down. And ladies and gentlemen, going to game number 5.
Illusion. There it is. Waited for a bit of time, but in the end, they managed to use up that tactical timeout as much as they could have, used to chat it out, and now Leo are going to be bringing it down from match point now to a bit of a loss, and all of a sudden, this was their last lifeline to give. The next one will be the decider between both of these, and really showing a neck-to-neck rivalry for them, as they've been going eye-to-eye for each one of these rounds. They've been playing a game of tennis. It's been ball-to-ball, and currently, Illusion 3-2, it might have been that 1 goal, but they've been playing it a long-run game, and in the end managed to keep possession for most of it. I mean, it was 3-0 from the very beginning in the very first minute when it came down after, or rather the first 2 minutes. They were very strong. They were extremely strong, and now Leo need to either replicate or outperform on that side to make sure that they don't have this match point be for nothing, but Illusion, chance is still there.
Chance is still there. It's my last casting of the season, of the tournament. Maybe the last game for one of these two teams. And that's why it means so much. Ladies and gentlemen that are sitting in the chat of RSC-eu, puff about my amazing co-casts for the evening. It is time for 5 minutes on the clock, a game 5 in the qualifying round for the playoffs of the Master Division. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, and we're starting. These two teams gonna fight until the end and try and do everything they can to maybe win and go to the playoffs. And the person and the team that will be losing this match will be devastated.
All comes down to this climax as we're looking to seep in the true formality between both these teams as they've been working hard, they've been grinding and non-stop working to have this go either way. And well, let's talk about it. There is no outcome where this is going to be a bad matchup. In no universe could I see being disappointed at any of these two. And let's see who will really reign over the other, who meets their maker. And 80, what are we doing mid-side with 0 boost?
Or he is here with 100 boost. He beats one. 80 is sitting there with 0 boost. Wapiti gets demoed. This maybe will leave some space open for Leo to make an attack going. But 80 with really big beat. He still has some boost left. Maybe he can do something more. But he won't be doing a shower. He beats one. Can he beat it mid? No. DMI is already up into the corner. Bangs it away. And some time to get some boost and regain. Gets your mental going on. What a fake from 80. Wapiti on the ball. And he will bang it away. Rapid is there. Into the midfield. Who will be there for the shot? It won't be anyone from the team of Leo. The follow-up is not fast enough. And the team of Illusion is already on it. Wapiti. Really good 50. But DMI will pinch it all the way from side to side into the goal. And it is Leo that takes the first lead in game 5 after an unlucky 50 with Wapiti into the midfield. DMI with an incredible pinch and incredible bang will be in the goal. 1-0 for Leo.
Illusion have been consistently keeping up with the starvation on boost, stealing it away from the side of Leo. Leo simply do not care, brute forcing their way through. They find the first, and just a single slip up, all of a sudden we've already had the score go into the favor of one. Now rather to change it and have it be an EQ and get us back on equal footing. Let's see what we're going to be seeing from Illusion. Wapiti trying to shadow behind it, but Surf just simply outplaying him as Shore is needed for the backup. Not 1v1 wouldn't have gone well. Thankfully though, we still have Addy right now going in for that counter-attack, but all of a sudden we see that Leo are playing a fantastic game between all three players and chemistry might be at an all-time high.
It might be on an all-time high. 3 minutes left. What can this team do? What an incredible pass. Rapid is there to maybe pinch mid again, but it won't be good enough. Shower going for Wapiti's ball. A little bit of double commit. They're panicking on the defense of Illusion. What can they do? Can they do something more? Wapiti, he demos and bumps his opponents in mid-air. What an incredible play into the midfield. And now they're double committing again. But Shower, he is one-on-one. 100 boost against 0 boost, but an incredible save. 80 with a shot, and it's 1-1 already. 2.5 minutes left. 1 half played in the whole game. A really bit of a crappy play, but it doesn't matter. A goal is a goal, and 80 will take that shot every day of the week, every second of the day, and he will tie up the game already. We're tied up, and right now every team can win, and they need to win because it's game 5. It's the ending of the season.
Bit of a linger to get to that second, but in the end making it look like nothing more than just a scratch, a slap on the wrist right now. Rapid fighting for his life and his teams to secure that defense and get himself an extra save onto his scoreline. But looking to triumph for at 80 is no man to be reckoned with. It's simply a force that can't. And currently looking for headspace. Rapids has found himself more than headspace. He's looking for that opportunity on the flick. It's fast, but not too fast. Schroyer could have caught up to it, so much more can be done here. And right now, Illusion in their corner, stuck not securing that goal line. It's an empty net. You left it open for too long, and all of a sudden, you're going to be back, booted down to a 1-goal deficit.
Exactly, and in game 5, you are gonna start panicking. You're gonna start overthinking every play you make, and that is what happens. That seems what happens in this play, and it happened in the entire game. But the reaction, the response from Illusion, they're always coming back, like we saw the entire day, maybe even the entire season. 80 after incredible 50 and an incredible follow on the kickoff. A KF goal will tie up the game once again, and right now it's a tie game in 2 against 2.
He's playing with his food. Surf comes in, but also leaves out empty-handed. Rapid still playing around. They're trying to have a loop-de-loop. Daisy goes round, and 80 comes out. Nicely denies him of handling over and having any grip over it. And same with Wapiti, as now it's left down to the aggression here from Illusion. They've done it once. They can do it more than just once, though, I imagine. But this defense, I've been seeing too many openings, and most of them have been punished by the side of Leo, which definitely could be serving as a factor or even a possibility that could bring down or even pick up the loss here for Illusion.
It could be, but it's also not. I mean, we're not seeing everything going on to one side of the field. They're always coming back. They're always scoring goals. It's just a game 5 of the dreams of every caster, of every Rocket League lover. And I mean, 1 minute left, 2 goals, tied a game. The entire series was needed, was deserved to go at least in 1 overtime. We haven't seen it entire series, entire day long, and I want to see it in game 5. I want to see it. I want to see them go to overtime, and these players do not, because it's gonna be way too bad for the mental. They're gonna panic even more than they're doing already. And Wapiti, he wants to change it right now into the corner. Possession and offense is for Illusion. Shot off. Well, 80 is not gonna be in. Oh, what an incredible shot. And again on the crossbar now. Ball is in the corner. Take your time. Shower will do exactly that. But the ball is already in rapid. No boost to get it into the nets. And 80 will beat this player by ease. 7 seconds left. 0-second heroics. Or going to overtime. It is 80 up, but he cannot make contact. Ball is still up. Rapid. He still has boost, but Shower is incredibly fast up. And the ball will not drop down just yet. It will still keep up. The players of Illusion want to change it in 0 seconds. But the ball will drop eventually. It will drop now. And ladies and gentlemen, I've been wanting to say this entire day, we have overtime.
A long way to get here, but we finally get to the overstep as Wapiti is looking to make it be as short of an overtime as possible. They want to get to sleep. They want to get to a successful, and I mean successful, you could say party between them. They're looking to just finish it out as soon as they can. Wapiti having a bout at service, going up above and looking to get around every single one of these players that are standing in his way. Gets that bump. It's open right there, and DMY puts it in for the final. 3-2 here. It's going to be DMY making sure that it's going to be granted to them. And Leo, with their hard efforts, hard work, and absolute dedication, managed to come out as the victor. The second one looking solid, and Illusion not being able to bring it till the very end. And Terra Esports, aka none other than Leo, will be the second series victors.
They will, after an incredible series played by both teams. What an incredible performance, and I cannot be happier to have my last cast of the entire season in a game 5 result after Leo to win it in 3 seconds after the overtime started. An incredible game, you could say, and really bit of unlucky ending to the overtime. It was an overcommit, a double commit, open net. It can happen, and it's devastated way to go out as an Illusion team. And applause in the chat, dubs in the chat for them, because they've played incredible today, and all respects goes to them. But on the other hand, we have Leo, who played an incredible series, who came back multiple times and showed that they are the respected winners of this series. Everyone in the chat, let's give them a round of applause. Leo is your team that's going to the playoffs.
And you simply cannot forget about the series MVP Serve, who has gotten 8 goals in today's matchup. I believe out of the 18 given by Leo, which means he truly was the major carry, but in the end it was a team effort, and he ended up being that majorly, that leader, you could say it, and that's Leo versus Illusion. Illusion got their own match versus Berserkers. Leo got their own rightful one, but in the end, one had to lose. Berserkers and Illusion ended up being both of them, and there's still one more series following up after, and that it will be Shokan versus Sovereigns going up right after in about 10 minutes. So again, keep a lookout for that match. Thank you for all the players today. We will be leaving you. Me and Ollie will have to resign to leave it to better voices, better faces, and of course, even more beautiful players. But up until then, we're going to be leaving you to a short break, so be right back with you once the last match is ready.
Staring down the barrel, waiting for the final gates to open to a new tomorrow. Moving with the motion, follow to the garden, darling, I will wait for you. Here I will sit till morning like true lovers do. Come to the garden, darling, I will wait for you. Here I will sit till morning like true lovers do. Come to the garden, darling, I will wait for you. Here I will Dreams keep flying away, a song we're far beyond. Keep chasing them and I never rest for a day. It's something I don't do. I feel the wind blowing my face, but that's alright. I smile at people passing by. Some smile back, some might not. I'm always looking for a shade when it's hot. I've been low key and I'm trying to stop. Goddamn, feeling good. Yeah, but when off I go. Pretty afternoon, it's a fast forward. Looking at the skyline, looking back at my life, and I gotta say it's one of a kind. Yeah, but when off I go. Pretty afternoon, it's a fast forward. Looking at the skyline, looking back at my life, and I gotta say it's one of a kind. It's been a while since I ran into you on a street. I wonder if you moved. Hope everything is going amazing for you, and you're not feeling blue. I feel the rain pour down my face, but that's alright. I smile at people passing by. Some smile back, some might not. I'm always looking for a shade when it's hot. I've been low key and I'm trying to stop. Goddamn, feeling good. Yeah, but when off I go. Pretty afternoon, it's a fast forward. Looking at the skyline, looking back at my life, and I gotta say it's one of a kind. Yeah, but when off I go. Pretty afternoon, it's a fast forward. Looking at the skyline, looking back at my life, and I gotta say it's one of a kind. I slip to the right, bind it to the blue. I slip to the right, bind it to the blue. I slip to the right, bind it to the blue. I slip to the right. Goddamn, feeling good. Yeah, but when off I go. Pretty afternoon, it's a fast forward. Looking at the skyline, looking back at my life, and I gotta say it's one of a kind. Yeah, but when off I go. Pretty afternoon, it's a fast forward. Looking at the skyline, looking back at my life, and I gotta say it's one of a kind. I can show you what love's supposed to feel like. I can show you what love's supposed to be. I can show you what love's supposed to feel like. I can show you, yeah. I can show you, yeah. You're the light inside of me every night. Chasing dreams, ain't got time to make 'em see what we believe. You and me, yeah.
definition you got. I am the tiger, I'm making steps to the top. The flames, I whip it up, you just gotta hand me the rock. Take a seat, you cannot stand it. All I know, the flow harder than a scotch bunny. Don't try studying me, you cannot manage. This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon. This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon.
Stone meets the moon. I'm the sun that will not move. Who you think you are? Who you think you
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the RSC broadcast. It's myself, Sir Pegasus, and I've only got one question for my co-caster. First of all, welcome to the stream, Kiki, but what kind of time do you call this?
I was just fashionably late. I was fashionably late. Like, I had to do my hair, I had to do my makeup. I mean, like, you know, these things take time, especially for the Master playoffs.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, definitely didn't have a Rocket League update to take care of. But anyways, we're here, Pegasus. Tell us about the matchup then.
Well, you can see at the top of your screen, it is Team Serene versus Fort Templar. This is the match everyone today's been waiting for. It will end all the play-in stages of RSC in its first ever Legacy season. It's Shokan versus Sovereigns. We've had a group of fantastic matches already played today. A Game 4 victory versus Illusion before a Game 5 thriller between themselves and Leo to see them advance through the lower brackets. It's not about qualification in this matchup. We get the opportunity to commentate over today, though, Kiki. It's about keeping that second life here in the playoffs before you face off against Aces, and of course Smashy being the main man on that team.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, those two lives mean everything to, like, just having that sort of win in your back is really good, because lower bracket, it's a mess down there. Honestly, it's hard to fight through that. I mean, Mirage did it in Rivals. Props to them, and they did the brackets reset, but the bracket reset is such a big thing to have. So fighting for that upper final is kind of what you're aiming for here, and especially if you're on the side of Aces, you've had all the momentum, you're ready to go in, you're just waiting for the winner of this matchup. But yeah, the winner of this matchup will be facing Aces, as you have said. And without further ado, we're just waiting for the actual players to join the lobby and get us underway as soon as possible, because yeah, the delay was not fun, Pegasus. The delay was not fun.
No, I can imagine not. We got two teams here coming in from different conferences, as is standard in the first round of play-ins. And it's Shokan that do sit in second place, but that is only by a fraction of a percentage behind Team Amphibians Frogs, which have, of course, guaranteed themselves that upper bracket life heading into tomorrow's championship Saturday. Sovereigns, on the other hand, they've been on quite the winning streak in recent weeks. They have found themselves in this top three, but Virtus and Aces were the two teams that were just ahead of them in that extremely tough conference. I mean, we had a little glimpse of what Virtus were capable of the day before, and Aces, well, with the players on that team, I think we're very familiar with what they're capable of. But how about those on Sovereigns and Shokan, Kiki?
Yeah, I mean, we can see that Aaron, Season, and Jazz are making up the whole core roster for the side of Shokan, just being the sort of three who have the most games under their belt, and Wix getting a few games in there just to complete, you know, the four-man requirement of 15 games minimum. But yeah, both of these teams seem very sort of, you know, let's just say the teamwork is in their essence. Whilst on the side of Sovereigns, you can see that Cash and Azza are the two main goal scorers, whilst Kashir and Torn who kind of like swap between and sub between games are kind of like the third man to enable those two to work. So we have teamwork on the side of Shokan, and we have just mechanical display and coordinated positioning on the side of Sovereigns. So it's just a matter of playstyles here. And without further ado, what are your predictions for this one?
Listen, everyone will know that I do RS Cast. I put a few predictions there, and they are posted in the server. And currently, it says that I was going for Sovereigns 3-1. However, I tuned into the stream earlier today. I saw a fantastic lower round 2 that went the full distance. I'll tell you what, I've got faith in my lads. So why not end the stream with another Game 5 in the side of a mighty Team Serene Shokan to hold on to that upper bracket where I do feel like they have found themselves in the bracket of death, having to face this Fort Templar side, and then have their reward being aces in that next round. I believe I'm going to go for it. Game 5, Team Serene, bring it on.
Absolutely. I mean, you know what? I like it. I like the passion. I like the enthusiasm. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to go the other way just because I'm a stats merchant. You know, I just have to look at the stats, do everything accordingly, do the calculations. And I'm going to have to say it's going to be a 3-1 for the side of Fort Templar here. Just because, you know, they've showcased a lot more brawn rather than, well, as opposing to Shokan, but everything's possible. I totally agree with you. Anything is possible here. I'm excited for a Game 5. Even if it goes Game 5, I'm absolutely down for it. We want to see Rocket League. We want to see some more action. And without further ado, we shall be getting these players into the lobby as soon as possible because no one wants to wait anymore. And Mansfield Night, obviously, the beautiful stadium where it all begins every single series of the day. Pegasus, game number 1. For the upper semis, we're underway.
Shokan versus Sovereigns. You talk about the pedigree that enters the RSC in the highest tier. And well, Cash might just lead the charge. A world contender. He's come out of retirement and made another European main event in Open 4. He was close to doing the exact same here in the 5th. He now returns here to the grassroots to try and add another title to his collection. Standing in his way will be Team Serene. The support of Estonia backing Sezon and Jazz and Aaron right on beside there, looking to try and create their distance. And I know that Aaron and Cash are in similar communities. You do see them quite commonly around the RAF lot, so I'm wondering if that will play a factor in this matchup as well. For now, 1 minute gone, survival from both sides, and we're just waiting for that first glimmer of brilliance, and Cash, for a second, looked like he was going to bring it.
Yeah, I mean, both of you just feeling each other out right so far. Nothing too dangerous, nothing too risky pulled out from either teams, just kind of going for some basic, simple plays to set up their teammates, as the pressure has definitely been there on both sides. Both teams are looking to bring the fire to each other, and I'm just excited to see who strikes the first shot because, you know, it's just a first goal is always nice to have, and yeah, I want them to make it exciting. I want this one to be exciting, but so far, I've just seen a bit of passiveness from both teams trying to feel each other out and trying to see what actually type of playstyle they need to play to beat the other. So yeah, I'm excited for this one. Maybe not many goals in the first one, but I'm thinking these guys can bring a little bit of a goal fest in the future games as well.
Jazz, flip reset. Will look to take it over. The crossbar denies. Asa was there as a defensive player, but he didn't seem to have that just shy of the crossbar area covered. Sezon throwing another chance through. I've been singing his praises week after week at the end of every stream. I'd like to see a big performance from him in this matchup, but for now it's Kazir trying to get that clearance. Sezon gets that block at the halfway line. Aaron was looking for the same, but Cash does get the beat to that ball first. Jazz sitting as that leading man here for Shokan in terms of that CMV, in terms of performances that we have seen this season. He's going to have to try and take some charge if he wants to grab a foothold in this game. For now, though, they have been pinned in this corner for quite some time. Sovereigns haven't been able to find that central space, but now Cash might have just unlocked it.
Yeah, but I mean, still, it's a bit more passiveness right now. They're not keeping possession in many of these chances. Like Ashir just giving the ball away right there. They need to keep a bit more possession if they want to keep that pressure going on the attack.
No way.
Yeah, well, it would have been a cheeky attempt there, but looks to be just a clear for now, as that one is going goalwards towards the side of Shokan. That one is just open. Kashir will take the first goal as unexpected as it is, it still counts, and a goal that Sovereign is very happy about.
It's an unfortunate 50 there between Kazir and Sezon, and Jazz, having so much faith in that opportunity, positioned himself just that bit too high. Sovereign's grabbing the first goal. It's not exactly the fireworks we were looking for to open up the scoring, but I'm sure the management and the players of Fort Templar will not be complaining. Second chances look like they could be brewing here. There's action in the box. Sezon able to get that clearance, but a second touch is going to be required. An eventual clearance by a second or third defender is also required on the cards here, but Cash will just look to dribble that one alone. Aaron eventually gets it out of their own box, and for once it looked like Shokan could have a bit of that space, but after that demo, they've been sent back to their defenses.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just been a bit more stale so far for the side of Shokans. They've just been kind of boxed in, kind of. They can't seem to find an answer towards the defense of the side of the Sovereigns. They are just kind of booming the ball away, but Cash here seems to be giving that glimmer of hope for Shokan, just giving that ball away in dangerous situations. But Cash has other ideas about that one as he tries to get past Sezon. Sezon says no to that one. Azza looking to get this one into the box, but Jazz with an easy clear and a shot towards net, but that one is just wide. Cash with an easy claim right there, trying to get something sorted on the other end, maybe put a second goal in front of the net as Azza will take the lead to 2 and convert off of a beautiful pinch pass from Cash. Just the teamwork on display is brilliant from these two.
Completely outpaced. Sovereigns find all that open space to create that second opportunity, and now with 53 seconds left, moments are looking dire if they want to grab that opening win. Sovereigns have definitely been that team with more offensive pressure. Aaron, though, might have just found his chance. It's a solid 50 and a pinch to follow to grab that first goal. It's a momentum builder. It's one to send the VC screaming. Now just 46 seconds. Take your breath, calm down. Kickoff will be coming quickly.
Yeah, it was such an easy mistake to punish there. I mean, not a mistake you're used to from the side of Sovereigns like that, but if more of those are to follow, who's to say how this game might end? We could be led into an overtime right here. 30 seconds is it's just a lot of time to work with, you know, plenty of time to work with, actually, as Jazz gets it past there, but Azza gets an unfortunate collection there, but Cash will look to get this one away. Looks to get a flip reset, but Jazz is there to receive. Running out of time, Shokan still a goal behind. Jazz needs to get something started right here, right now. Azza up to meet him, gets a lovely 50 to deny though, but Jazz trying to keep that control right now, but Cash gets an easy clear to trickle those seconds off the clock. And these last 10 seconds, it just seems like there's no hope so far for this half Shokan. Can Jazz look to make something happen in there? And it gets a demo on Kashir, but denied! Azza gets the save. The ball is still not hit the ground, but that seems just like a killing blow so far. But Aaron still on the ball, trying to get past Kashir. Jazz will show target, denied! What a save from Cash to take the lead and actually stay on top. The Sovereigns just clinching that game away from Shokan. It seemed like everything was set up, Pegasus. It seemed like Shokan had that goal for the last 2 attacks.
Sometimes you can just feel the magic in the air, and I did have that instinct. I did have that feeling when Shokan were able to hold it up, but Fort Templar, they're here to kill their dreams. They're here as the boogeyman. They're here to black out everything that Team Serene have to offer. And they did a fantastic job in doing so. And what I find really interesting coming out that first game is actually he was credited as MVP. It's Kazir. I feel like in Master, it's so easy to put all that reliance and put all that pressure on the max man on the roster. In this case, it would be Jazz. And of course, you know, professional player, RLCS regional finalist, Cash on the other side. However, you do have to pull your weight as that lower CMV player, the lowest CMV player when we're talking about Kazir, because that can drag the whole team down. And if you're able to pull your weight, if you're able to show your worth, well, that is absolutely what RSC and, well, formerly ERS was all about. Squeezing as much value as possible so you can afford these more expensive players. And Kazir, that was a masterclass in that first game. You keep that up, there's not going to be many master teams that can take down Sovereigns. Master teams.
Absolutely, and Kazir already being a winner of one of the previous seasons. Last time we've seen him was towards the Azteca Elite team, if I remember, back in ERS even. But yeah, so far making his way into Masters, already in a great spot in playoffs. Really commendable thing to think about. But game 2, clean sheet. Gotta start again, gotta do it again. It's about consistency up here. You can't be lacking, can't have like a single game right now. And Kashir is looking to make that too. Azza, beautifully set up there. Kashir, once again, getting those sub plays involved. He's already being that goal crucial play that needs to set up those plays. Just beauty here. And Azza absolutely dominating there. Being the first to the ball, ready for that 50 from Kashir. Just pure class from that team.
This consistency from Sovereigns to be that team to strike first. However, is that strike back going to come quick? It's Jazz to kick off. Well, they found a brief moment to get themselves back into the game, and they've taken it. You can say these two teams firmly warmed up into this new map now. You got no excuse. You've placed your first blessings with those first goals. Now give us a good match of Rocket League. No more mistakes from here on out. Right, Kiki?
Absolutely. I mean, you got them out, you got the jitters out, you're ready to play a good game of Rocket League, and no mistakes to follow. We're just looking for good plays from both teams as Cash takes from the ceiling here, trying to meet that pass from Azza, but Jazz there to deny both. Azza still keeping some pressure here. Kashir takes to the skies, looking to get a 50, gets a reset, gives the ball away, but Jazz, not enough boost to make something out of it so far. Aaron now on the other end. Getting a good 50 there, but Kazir once again on the end of that one, trying to find Azza, but that pass is just a bit way too wide right now. They're just not connecting as they used to, but Aaron on the other end is looking to make something happen. It's a bump on Kazir. Jazz now looking to beat the last man on the backboard, but Azza solid as ever in that Sovereign defense. Just the defense has been what amazed me. You can see that Shokan had a lot more shots. They had 9 shots to 6 in the first game, but they still lost due to clinicality. It's the defense of Sovereigns that's just kind of kept them in bay, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely. It has been such a threatening side when they find themselves in those positions, and we almost saw it yet again. Jazz, though, just getting there in the nick of time. Aaron just looking to try and give the team some breathing room, and now maybe with this space behind the ball, can Shokan come up with something with that space and time? Azza, that touch is going to make it awkward for Shokan, and again, just as you thought they had a little bit of a sign of this offense, Sovereigns are so good at regaining back control. Jazz interrupts here on those forward lines. Kazir slightly bumped, but this is going to be all Cash to grab that first ball, because Kazir should surely bail away. Was looking for that second touch. It's a very confused Sezon there to just lay that one off to Aaron. Inside again. Oh, that backfield pass. Almost finding Sezon. But that demo from Sovereigns, it was perfectly timed, and it feels like everything's going so well for them, but it is completely self-inflicted. They are looking professional as this game's progressed.
Yeah, I'm completely liking the stability they've retained. It used to be just shot fest after shot fest, just shots back and forth, but so far, both teams controlling the midfield well and finally getting a foothold in the whole game. Like, both teams are able to set up their plays properly. It's just about who can outsmart each other more. And this one, a counter-attack right now, wreaking havoc. Sezon tries to get over Kashir, but Kashir once again on that defensive line, getting those saves. Just like in game number 1 with 3 saves on for that game number 1. Now trying to get the Savior medal in this one as well, but Cash on the other end looking to wreak havoc. Takes to the wall, tries to get past one. Kashir now with a shot, but Jazz denies and keeps it equal so far, but Cash has a flip to work with, but a double commit here might make something open up here for Sovereigns, but so far Aaron has bought enough time to bring this game to a bit of a stalemate.
And check the top of your screen. This is crunch time now. Next goal has a real potential to be the winner. It's on delicate, shaky ground for both of these sides. You've got to make sure that defense is locked up, and we're in that period now where I always say it's a moment of madness or a moment of magic, and that wasn't going to be the moment here for Sovereign. Shokan want to catch it inside. The team pinch doesn't quite come together. Sezon was there on the follow-up, but there, second, third, Shokan, all with this assembly line of attacks to throw up against Sovereigns, and they just seem to be able to keep up. They're that extra step ahead. You think you're thinking 3 moves ahead. Sovereigns 4, 5 sometimes when they're here in the defense. It's nullified so fast, and they're so good at transitioning it to their own attack. Here's Kazir now. I spoke about him in that match before, being able to pull his weight. Is he going to do it yet again? This time, interrupting his very own teammate. But with Cash as your last line defense, surely you've got no problems. Now he's all the way forward.
Opening.
How do you hold on to the fort now? Shot denied.
Seza needed to make that work. He had all the time in the world to place a shot. If it was any higher than halfway of the net, it would have been good. But Jazz has other ideas. He takes the lead in the last 12 seconds of the game with a beautiful set play from Aaron. I'm not sure who was in the end here. Kashir just absolutely misplaced there. He had to keep it consistent. He had to play for that back post. But I guess he had too much trust in his teammates. And now it's costed him. It's completely ruined the whole game for them.
I would have to agree. That should surely be the final goal. But we almost saw a 0 second in the one before. And now it's Sovereign's turn to have their attempt. Aaron, though, well, quells those dreams rather quick. Team Serene will take their first victory. And, well, both of our predictions, as it stands, are on Kiki. But what an ending to the match that was. It just felt like it was one opportunity. It was one position which Team Serene had to take it, because it really felt like they didn't have much else clear-cut opportunities elsewhere in the game. Not to even say that was necessarily a clear-cut opportunity. It was one of those more unusual positions where, yeah, there was a gap, but you really had to look for it.
Yeah, true. I mean, Aaron, the amount of setup he had to do, he had to get a flip reset, get the over one, make sure Azza doesn't have a touch on it before laying it off towards Jazz, who gets a beautiful finish, and Kashir is completely caught out by all of this. He was not ready for this to happen at all. Aaron I gotta give him the props for that. The setup was all his. All Jazz had to do was get past Kashir, and that didn't look like to be a hard job just because Kashir was so out of position there. But still, 3 saves on his side. He is being that backbone defense. If Sovereigns can tighten up their backboard a little bit, tighten up their, the screws that are loose in the defensive side of things, I'm thinking we could, a Game 5 series isn't looking unlikely here. I'll be honest with you, Pegasus. A Game 5 is not looking unlikely. Both teams are firing up, and I'm pretty sure this is not even their final form. I'm pretty sure they can go more. But Game 3, one of the biggest games in a best of 3, because it currently is a best of 3. Who's going to have their backs against the wall after this one? All to play for right now.
Feet on the clutch pedal. How high can you shift your gears? We've seen fantastic performances in those first 2 matches so far, despite a 57% field domination from Sovereigns. You have to be able to take your chances. You have to be able to hold those defensive lines. And for the most part, those are compliments that I can give to both of these teams. But when that small moment presents itself, you have to be able to take it. And that's what Shokan, that's what Jazz, that's what Aaron were able to do so well at the end of this game. But new map, new scoreline, and a fully reset clock. How will Sovereigns respond?
I'm excited about this one. The only reason being, both teams now know how to play against each other. It was a bit passive in the first one, a bit less in the second one, but now both teams know what they need to do to get the names on the score sheet right now. A double commit is definitely not something you want if you're on the side of Sovereigns, and Aaron sets up Season for a beautiful goal to take the lead in game number 3 here. A very unfortunate double commit there coming in from Azza and Cash. You wouldn't think that would happen from these two, but it has. And it's yielded a beautiful opportunity here for the side of Shokan to take the lead in a very important game here.
And I spoke about finding your moments. They're going to be rare when they come. That feels like a really rare mistake coming from Sovereigns in the defensive lines. But again, Shokan, really opportunistic. And maybe they're not so rare. This was a complete capitulation in defense. What is going on? Kazir just flicks it forward. Azza felt he was forced to pre-jump. Cash, thinking that play was completely in order, positioned himself high up the pitch, looking for a layoff 50. And just not a single plan for either one of those players went how they would like. And Shokan have been given a huge head start in a game where goals are few and far between. And even Sovereigns, when they have a chance there, when they have some central space, no one was prepared on the follow-up.
Yeah, I mean, you got Capsulate, and that's what Shokan have been doing so far. Mistakes that should not be made are emerging. The cracks are showing for the side of Sovereigns, and they need to respond. They need to kind of plug that hole. Maybe take a timeout after this one, as they're just going to keep ramped up if you keep making those mistakes, because 2 in the last, 10 seconds is just not that great, especially in a game of high stakes such as this one right now. But double commit there from Shokans is easily met with a clear from Aaron, though. He can plug their mistakes very easily, but for the side of Sovereigns, not so much as Kazir. Needed to get that touch there, but Cash trying to get this one in the field to Azza. Azza just not enough boost to get there, to get a shot on target. Kazir doing anything he can to remedy the mistakes, to remedy the damage he's already created so far. A 2-goal lead is a big one, and I don't think we've seen one that looked as dominant as this one. Previous ones were not, but Cash trying to get a shot on target. Jasmine, beautiful save. Cash once more gets the back, puts up for Azza. Azza plops it, crossbar down, and the bumps from Cash and Kazir were not on any fruit. Just beautiful, rewarded.
And you could just feel that grip tightening on the defense as well, couldn't you? It felt suffocating, even for me just watching. I had to focus on my breathing for a second there. Then when you add those few bumps, when you add the brutal pressure that the likes of Cash and Azza were able to apply, that's too much for Shokan. And that's what Sovereigns needed to add in their game. We've been speaking a lot about mistakes and taking your opportunities. Now's the time to create them. That's the next level. That's how this series reaches a different point. This is where you truly show what you're made of.
Yeah, I mean, a different scenario right here. Not 12 seconds on the clock, but too far. So you have a lot of time to make up for that. As Cash looking for a double tap, post off, but as a Sapa Season recovers so beautifully. He was out of the play, but recovers at the perfect time to deny any opportunity there. Now Kazir trying to sap Azza here. Azza coming for that one, thinking Season would respect it, but Season, I think no Shokan players are having any sort of respect here for the side of Kashir. They're just kind of, I don't know, disrespecting him in any challenge Kazir is a part of. They kind of disrespect it and force it. Whilst on the side of Cash, you can see how much time they give him and how much respect he commends from those players. And he goes for a demo here, maybe even a Doomsday. Not being able to convert it. A minute left on the clock. Can they pull this one back? Only 1 goal in it so far.
Kazir with that block, and again, it has felt like Sovereigns have had that final field space for the majority of this game. I feel like it's going to be another field domination stat, which is going to be heavily highlighted red. However, there's only one real stat that matters, and that's what you see at the top of your screen. It's that 2-1 currently in the favor of Shokan. That Sovereigns are desperately looking to equalize, but now that time is running out. But a ball is popped up here for Azza, and that's the alarm bells ringing here for Shokan. Kazir, though, way too high on the play, just leaves Cash alone here in the corner. He can't quite get that Psycho, but somehow he still is there for the follow-up touches. So was Jazz, reset, wanted to find Cez, and that was a perfect touch there from Kazir.
Yeah, I mean, perfectly timing that. Just, it's good to sometimes just get that clear, but, you know, not give away too much possession right now. But back to the same scenario. 12 seconds left on the clock. Can they clutch up this time, though? Not many chances left. Cash trying to get this one past, trying to keep this one up right now. It has to be Kazir, but Kazir beat out once more by Season, and that one will hit the ground. And Shokan are on series point.
Wow, what a performance this has been, and I feel like it's going to be one that lots of people were not quite expecting. And as expected, that field domination stat firmly in the favor of Fort Templar, 58% to 42. But one interesting thing I would like to point out here, Kiki, more shots for Team Serene. Despite that forward space that Fort Templar aren't grabbing, it's all in those corners. It's all in safety there for Team Serene. They're not getting the job done. They're not finding that central space. They're not tightening up on that defense. And that's how they scored their one and only goal. Shot after shot after shot, a bumper 10. Team Serene are panicking. All of a sudden, it's a completely open net. That's what they've got to be going for. And Team Serene, whether that's off their own accord or their opponents, did not allow it.
Absolutely. It wasn't even like that much. Shokan, we know they can do it. We know Team Serene can pull out the bag and actually dominate the field. But both goals came from very, well, weird mistakes that Sovereigns actually made. So it was the kind of issue that Sovereigns had. It was that defensive end. The only 2 goals they conceded was just because of their own undoing. And I have to say, Kazir is kind of the man to look after in those types of scenarios. They need to kind of speed up the play. I think Kazir just needs to kind of start taking those challenges. It's kind of speed up, put it up a gear, you know, just to get some respect back, because it's both come off just him being disrespected, but a lovely little bump attempt there will yield Cash a free 1-1-1. That one completely unexpected by me there. A beautiful demo from Kazir, and the man I've been criticizing so far has set up another goal for Cash.
And I believe with another goal to add to his tally, that is 101 problems for the Master Tier. He headed into here with 100, and I want to say, surprisingly, that's his first one of the series. So that's quite a surprise, it must be said, but it has taken him until game 4 to get that first goal across. Maybe he got one a little bit early in that first game, but that's nothing I can think back to. Shokan. Lead this one to Jazz, and that's surely Kazir's ball here. He's been given that time and space as well. So they know he's going to beat to every ball. Shokan will just drop back, defend, try and take advantage of that extra time they've been able to give themselves. Decent tanks of boost as well. Could work well for this counter-attack, but Sovereigns stop it dead in their tracks. Aaron's looking to reignite, and it's on the best landing on that right wall, and these recoveries have to be perfect, because 1 second you're attacking, the next second that ball is just going to be in your net. That is the high-paced nature of the Master Tier, especially when you're this late in the competition and in the upper brackets.
Yeah, I mean, the piles of pressure, I'd say, are just piling up, and unfortunately enough, Cash trying to set up, I guess, Shokan here. I mean, just not the best touches we've seen from him. We know he can cook, but not against his own team so far, as the mistakes haven't been as crucial so far for the side of Sovereigns. They haven't been showing so far, and it's mainly because Kazir, if you would, has been kind of staying up front and looking for those demos after his plays. So it's mainly been Cash on the back end, keeping things tidy, like on the third man and second man spot. While Kazir, you can see he's going for those early 50s. He's going for those early challenges to try to disrespect his opponents, just like they've been disrespecting him throughout the last few games, and kind of commending some of that respect back. And that's kind of been the winning ticket here so far for the side of the Sovereigns.
Says on. Ooh. Had to bail away there. Jazz luckily was able to fill that gap. Sezon will keep that pressure going. Heavy touches there. Force out of the Sovereign's defense, and that will allow Shokan just some time to regroup themselves, reassess how they want to try and take this attack. I feel like they fought for a little bit too long, because now look at how Sovereigns are positioned. Aaron keeps it high and wide. Kazir wants to fight his way through. There's a demo coming across. I feel like there hasn't been as many as you'd really come to expect with these kinds of matchups in this game, whether that's the pace of play, whether that's how much these players have been focusing specifically on their boost conservation, with how rapid you've had to be towards every ball. Jazz was almost bumped off that play. You saw Cash hunting for it. They did call him the cannon at his most offensive point, and he was looking to really reignite that against the Shokan defense. Azza has this shot blocked. Again, it's back in the corner. All four says onto 50 against Kazir. The two lower CMVs do clash, and next is going to be Cash as his second opponent. Aaron thought he had space on that back wall. The follow-up was disallowed. I tell you what, for a master player, that's a double tap every single day of the week. That was a crucial touch.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you can't get the ball, get the player. You know, just stop him in his tracks before he can get that air dribble on. And Cash, once again, getting an early 50 here, but might open something up here. Sezon now trying to center this one, but Azza is there to convert, and Cash will be the one who will convert the goal itself. A beautiful redirect from both players here. First, it was Azza just passing it out towards Cash, and then Cash doing what he does best, getting that goal. Well, especially in game 4, let's say here. He scored 2 so far, so we're going that end.
He's been playing really high this game as well. Look at Tara and take advantage of the fact that Shokan are doing the same themselves. They are really trying to force that first goal across. They know that goals have been hard to grab in this nature of series, but that has left them susceptible in defense. And if Cash feels like he can trust those two players to hold down the fort, sure, he'll position himself higher. Sure, he'll wait for a pass. That corner read wasn't quite on target, but again, it's just more warning shots thrown against Shokan. You know you've got to be ready for those chances. You've also got to be ready for Jazz flying through the air. Maybe if he could get himself a little bit more around that ball, we would see a 2-1 scoreline and be thinking about an overtime. But for now, it's still complete desperation, which says on will not be able to feed.
Has it been too far every single game so far?
Oof, I
believe it
has
has.
been close. It has been close, honestly. These scorelines have been so similar. They've been also low scoring. I don't believe we've had a 1-goal game yet. I think it's always been 2 goals for the winner.
I think
This
it's
has
been
been
2-1.
quite a series. This has been quite a series.
I'm quite liking it so far. I mean, as the last seconds do trickle down off the clock, this will be a win for the side of the Sovereigns, and oh boy, we wanted it. Oh, we really wanted it. And someone's prediction is almost spot on, and I'm gonna say I'm very excited for this game 5 right now. I mean, both teams, tooth and nail, fighting for every single quarter of space, like every single mile of boost, every single boost pad, just pure action so far. And it's been Cash to step it up finally in game number 4 here. Took him a while to warm up, but you know, we'll excuse it. We'll excuse it. If he's bringing us performances on the defensive end with those 3 saves and on the offensive end with 4 shots and 2 goals, I don't mind it. I'm excited for this game 5 right now, because, and I don't know what to think who'll win it.
Oh, I would love to say about, you know, my Team Serene team
Shokin,
here,
yeah,
just
yeah.
throwing for content. They know about my prediction here. They know I predicted game 5. They were going a bit too harsh against Fort Temple. I thought, hold on, we need to drop another game for Pegasus' sake, for the AGM. And to that, I really respect. But in complete seriousness, shout out to Shattered Fusion, our lovely producer. He's done a fantastic job on stream so far. He's also confirmed for us that it was 2-1 in every single game except for that last one. So technically, Kiki, the most dominant performance we've seen so far, if you're looking at the score sheets, in the favor of Sovereigns. But then you really look at the nitty gritty, it was almost equal in all of the stats, including field domination for one. So I believe the shot difference was 7-4. But differences have to be made here in Champions Field. There's no draws in play-ins. There's no draws in RSC Legacy. Who will keep their second life? Who will play Smashy's Royal 5 in the uppers tomorrow of playoffs? 5 minutes of regulation to decide.
I mean, I'm excited for this one. 4 minutes and 45 seconds of pure drama up ahead so far. Aaron now looking to start it off. Azato confident on that backhand as always, trying to get a pinch over this one, but Season thinks nothing of it. Jazz now double committing with Aaron, might open something up here. Cash trying to find Azza, not being able to convert there. Season was just a bit faster there, and he needed to be. Otherwise, this would be already a losing game for the side of Shokan, but beautiful defense there on display. Recoveries there from the double commit. I'm thinking the nerves are getting to these players. I'm thinking the nerves are high. They have to be. It's a game 5.
Absolutely. Shokan really believing that they have the potential to beat down this side, which I feel like many people would have been predicting that opposite way. And Sovereign's thinking in the back of their head, there's a real chance that we could drop this. But chances are in your own hands on Champions Field, and it's Kazir to open up the scoring. Postage stamp shot, delivery address sent to that upper quarterfinals. But will Shokan be able to send it right back?
I will be honest, I didn't expect that to be the opening scorer. And I mean, the player who we have criticized a little bit, well, mainly I have criticized a little bit.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't rope me into that.
But yeah, I was going to say, I mean, I'm happy he's proving it wrong. I'm completely happy for him. I mean, stepping up into Masters right now as one of the lowest CMVs and actually proving yourself in a very important game. Cash looking to do something cheeky so far, but Kazir trying to pick up that ball where it left off, but just a pass away to Jazz. Aaron now trying to link up with him, but not realizing that the boost is an issue that Jazz doesn't have so far. And Aaron looking to catch out Kazir here. Kazir thinking it's Azza. That one crossbar down. Almost goes in. A bit too much fate, I'd say, in the backline right there, Kazir.
Oh, and it says on off that crossbar, more follow-ups. Jazz is still there. How have Sovereigns been able to hold on here in defense? They still have their lead. They're still not out of defense. Sezon has another challenge. And Sovereign, escape with that goal lead, and they might just double it. Now it's their turn on the offense. Jazz has to get that clearance because he is already waiting. He's got a player lurking right behind, none other than the man, the myth, the legend, Cash himself. Sezon shut down here in the corner as was an available option as well. Cash couldn't quite get that read. That's going to be a lot of boost wasted in that attempt. They could allow just that little bit of space for Shokan now to build up something for himself, but that is heavy from Sezon, and Kazir will happily sweep that one back up. You see Sovereigns looking to pass within themselves, but all three players were in front of the ball for a split second. Shokan could not recognize that. They were focused on defense, and that defense has not been strong enough.
I mean, Azza just gives it a clean cut opportunity here. Aaron not reading that ball at all. It was a very easy read for him there, but just, I guess the nerves got to him or something, because Azza was just chasing that ball, applying pressure, and rarely does that sort of pressure with a player on zero boost chasing it apply. But Cash looking for a double here, denied by Jazz. Almost takes the lead to 3, but it's not over yet. Kazir looks to get the bump, and Azza, the easiest goal he'll get here. I'm not sure if Kazir got the bump here, actually. He sure went for it. He did get the touch right there, and it left the net wide open for Azza. A 3-goal lead.
I am shocked with what I saw there on the goal line. That was not the way to concede. Sovereigns have worked so hard to try and outplay you, but it was just a completely stationary defender, which just allowed that open front post for Sovereign to just have for free. And now with about 90 seconds left on the clock, you're looking here for a goal every 30 seconds from Shokan. And I've said it once, twice, 3 times. I'm going to say it again. It's been a low-scoring series. These goals are hard to get. You can't just give them up.
I mean, when it's Cash there, any angle for him is possible, especially that one right there.
Oh, that is beautiful.
I mean, it was a beauty. It was a beautiful sidewall read. Sezon was not ready for it. Sezon was thinking, I have a free ball. I have time for this one. No. Cash appears out of thin air and slots it into the back of the net.
Fair play. I did not see that second touch as cleanly the first time it showed up on screen there in a replay. You really got to appreciate the full beauty. That's a lovely save as well coming from Cash. The cannon at full force now. Jazz looking for that psycho pass. I have actually seen him involved in one before. Now he's trying to get the job done. Double tap doesn't quite land, but Aaron is there on the follow, and again, it's another offense for Shokan that seems so dangerous. Has all the bark, but absolutely zero bite. They've been muzzled by Sovereigns.
Yeah, I mean, you said that. Oh, that one's on the goal line right now. No, Kazir. I mean, the man has been criticized. I'm sorry, all right? Public apology right here to Kazir so far. I mean, he's just been proving to be that backline menace right now, denying any sort of opportunities for Shokan. And this one is over so far. That 4th goal was actually the nail in the coffin, maybe even a 5th so far, as they are still looking a bit aggressive here, but 20 seconds left to go, and finally, one of the more dominant games we've seen from a team. It hasn't been as close as the other games, but I gotta say, the other 4 games were... It could have gone either way.
Yeah, that really feels the case. I feel like this is the only game where you could only really see one result, and that's the one we got. For Templar take the series in convincing fashion in Game 5s, if you want to call that Game 5 jitters, if you want to call that a Game 5 step up from the Sovereigns players, or momentum built from that Game 4 victory. Honestly, Kiki, I think it was a little bit of all 3 there. Either way, what a performance from Sovereigns. And would you like to say who that MVP was of that Game 5 as well?
Yeah, with only 28 ball touches, half of the average of the other players, it was Kazir indeed. I mean, I'm happy for him. Honestly, if you're looking to step up at any point during a season, it should be here, and Kazir has been proving it. We can see that the goals are like 5 to 10 in this favor of Sovereign, but we know it's been closer than that. It's just been that last game that was stat padding, but the shots on the side of Shokan, I'm concerned that they didn't convert.
Yeah, you really do feel like that, and we must forget that 4 goals were scored in that final game. So before that, it would have been 6 and 5 in the favor of Sovereigns. Every stat was so close until that final game. I'm surprised to see the save stat so in favor of Fort Templar after the amount of defenses we've seen required from Team Serene Shokan. But your series MVP, the former world's contender, regional finalist, it is the cannon, Cash, to take home your series MVP of this play-ins match. 3 goals out of 15 shots, but that's not where he made his ranks. 9 saves, 5 demos, and 2 assists alongside allowed him to be the all-round powerhouse for Fort Templar.
I expected Kazir. I'm disappointed.
I expected Kazir.
Apologies. Apologies, but yeah, beautiful performance there. He did only wake up on the goal scoring end during the last 2 games, but still, those few goals were beautiful from him. We're happy to see them, obviously, and that would conclude tonight's stream. I mean, I'm happy it ended on that one. It was a cliffhanger, honestly. It went back and forth every game after game. Just teams taking shots at each other, just pure beauty. I mean, any analysis after this is you can't get that sort of series worded. You can't even explain that series. It was just tooth and nail. You'd look at the stats after thing, you'd be like, oh, not even close. I think they just slipped up a few games. No, it was actually really close. And Shokan looked like they had a really good chance of taking it, Pegasus.
They really did. A lot of personality showed by both teams, especially with that 2-1 series scoreline being away from the favour of Fort Templar. To see them claw back is such a fantastic final performance. Team Serene as well. Like I said, many people probably thinking they were up against it when they saw this matchup on the timetable. And they proved something different here. They proved they could go toe-to-toe. They proved that maybe on a different day, maybe if they iced up a little bit more in that Game 5 especially, we could be seeing a different result. However, that does have all your first rounds for playoffs all decided. We had round 1 of play-ins yesterday. Today was day 2. In that upper semi-finals, it is going to be Frogs versus Virtus. And then Aces versus Sovereigns. That's going to be that Smashy versus Cash matchup, which I think everyone's going to be looking for. And I think many people are going to decide as the kind of prerequisite for a potential grand final as well. I know that that's been one of the most common predictions thrown forward, especially after seeing Superstar get knocked out as one of those other favourites that were in amongst the ranks. You also saw Leo able to qualify with a Game 5. It was nice to have those 2 Game 5 finishes here today. They will go on to play Shokan. We know that these 2 teams are able to fight tooth and nail. So we'll just have to see what happens when they come together. One that fought and lost in the upper bracket. One that fought and was victorious in the lower bracket. It's going to be unfamiliar territory. It is going to be quite the seeding difference between those 2 teams as well. But oh my goodness, am I so excited for it. Here is your Championship Saturday bracket. I've already run through some of those matchups. Other than, my apologies, Zenith versus Velocity. That'll be Rukia's side on Aspire that are looking to continue what has been a fantastic lower bracket run, starting from that lower round 1.
Yeah, we're absolutely in it for this Saturday. It's gonna be action-packed to the brim on both streams. So yeah, be sure to stay tuned in for both of those streams because it's gonna be action everywhere. Up here, left, center. I mean, you got it wherever you need it so far. But yeah, that will conclude our play-ins, and we hope to see you all tomorrow during Saturday. I'm gonna give a huge shout out to our production in the background, who has been trying very hard. He's been a new addition, but yeah, beautiful production here from this side of Shattered, aka Shattered Fusion. And yeah, without further ado, Pegasus, feel free to sign us off here. I'm happy with that.
Kiki ready to rest, as am I. It's been a long day, ladies and gentlemen. There's been so much action. I'm sure that we are all ready to chill after this. But before you do so, take a moment to check if you are following that RSC stream. RSC is all year round now with a combination of ERS and RSC. We're living in that former ERS format right now. Draft will be back for the second half of the year after we get this final playoffs underway. Also, thank you to our sponsors, Badass and Royal 5. And of course, you can use our Epic Games creator code. That is RSC-EU. 100 teams exist here in the RSC, but only one can be the best of the best and the master champion. So tune in tomorrow to find out. This has been To Pegasus alongside Kiki. Thank you all. Good night. See you tomorrow.